Brisk out here, ladies and
Welcome
gentlemen.
back to our second of the double headers on Friday night under the lights. We are surely under the lights right now. Beach came out victorious in the earlier game against the Ballard Beavers. It was Ballard's homecoming, 27 victory by the Rainier Beach Vikings. And here we have game number 2. The Garfield Bulldogs ranked number 10 in state, and the Eastside Catholic Crusaders ranked number 3. On your commentary and play-by-play, please, I guess I'd say welcome, but you won't be able to hear the applause. But I know you enjoyed the broadcast. We appreciate everyone for watching from the previous game. Welcome back. Rick Dupree.
Yes, indeed.
And John Yeezy Yasutaka.
Oh, thank you.
Jay Yeezy's in the house.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. We welcome our listeners back, don't we?
Yes. It's getting chilly.
Oh, come on. It ain't chilly out here. Come on.
Okay.
Now. This is it, man. We used to practice in this weather when I played for the University of Washington.
Oh, yeah.
John Peace, our defensive coordinator, man, Cat was in shorts all the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, baby.
Well, Al was out there in short sleeve, too. No, I know that.
Yeah, no doubt, showing those guns off. As Tony said, a welcome back to game number 2 here at Memorial Stadium. Leon H. Brigham Field on the new scoreboard. Garfield and Eastside Catholic, the teams lining up. They're about to do, I believe, the Pledge of Allegiance. And Garfield lining up, and right now Eastside Catholic in their visiting white jerseys, dark pants, and the white helmets. They're in the huddle and kind of hyping themselves up. And this looks like it will be a good game. Last week, Eastside Catholic over Seattle Prep by a score of 35-13, and Eastside Catholic going to 2-0. They actually did have one loss, if I'm not mistaken. They played a game out of state.
In Utah.
Yes, and one of the highly ranked teams in the nation, and lost that game. But in state, they are undefeated. The Bulldogs 4-0, and I think maybe surprising some, certainly not surprising Coach Reggie Witherspoon and his staff, as he said last spring, he was excited about this upcoming fall season, and we see why. A big win last week over Ballard. By a score of 35-17, and some big plays in that one. Rayon Hampton again getting in the end zone. He started out the scoring with the 16-yard touchdown run, and then Jacoby Cochran Jr., who was our athlete of the week a couple of weeks ago, an electrifying 75-yard punt return for a touchdown and a pick 6. And so Garfield, John, is a team that will come up, whether it be offensively, defensively, or special teams, with some big plays.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're quick, speed. This will be a typical power team, Eastside Catholic Crusaders versus the Bulldogs, who are speedy and quick. And they do, it's going to be a competitive game. And I think, as we said earlier, if it comes down to kicking, it's going to be interesting on that one, too, special teams. So.
Yeah, Eastside Catholic always has been good in the special teams, but Garfield, I tell you what, and our athlete of the week last week, Marcus Merkelbach, the senior kicker for Garfield, and he had quite a game. And John, we talked about this during the game last week. The fact that he was able to kick the ball on all of the kickoffs, either in the end zone or right at the goal line. I mean, just again, Ballard never was able to start out with good field position. That was number one. And then he on a play that actually got called back, but if you recall, a punt he got off, he was they roughed the kicker basically, or they hit him, and Ballard player broke loose, and Merkelbach, you remember, came from one side of the field to the other, and he laid a shot on the runner, and so he's quite nasty.
Kept him from scoring.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was good. That was a great play. I mean, hustle. But yeah, he was putting the ball consistently on the goal line or into the end zone. And again, if you can't get that ball out to the 20 or over, it's a loss.
Yeah, it's a loss. And quite a few times, Ballard did not get it out to the 20. Right. You made that point. Also, I want to acknowledge that, Coach Witherspoon sent me the names of several JV players, John, so we take a look. And right now, if you're not watching, the captains for both teams, 4 of them on each team, are out, and it looks like, let's see.
Jacoby Cochran, I think, is one, I believe, isn't he?
And let's see. Okay, so Garfield will receive. and they will go from our right to the left. So Garfield receives. Eastside Catholic will kick. But Coach Witherspoon suited up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 JV players. Devin Chambers, Moimo Pita, Peter Sanders, Jeremy Howard, Ira Washington, Imran Ra, Joe Gordon, Isaiah Dampier, and Stitch Savelio. And so, again, that look, John, again, as I was mentioning, the captains were out at the 50-yard line at the center of the field, but Garfield's entire team lined up, and they came out past the number markers there, and so they're just in support of their team, and that can be intimidating, you know.
Very symbolic, very good. This is the game of the week, and it has all the trappings of it. The crowd is here, people filtering in. It's going to be a great game.
Yes, it will be. And so, Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders taking the field. They will kick it off. And Garfield, some dangerous return men. Reggie Witherspoon III, number 3, has been a consistent, solid returner for the Bulldogs. We mentioned, again, the guy who was our player of the week just a few weeks ago, Jacoby Cochran Jr. They also have Poppy Justice and number. So it looks like going deep is going to be Poppy Justice and Jacoby Cochran Jr. And check that. Reggie Witherspoon, and then it looks like Poppy Justice will be the up man at about the 25. But so deep on the far end of the field is Reggie Witherspoon at the 10, and Jacoby Cochran on the other side of the field, and then lining up to kick it for the Crusaders. And the Crusaders, John, I tell you, it is so hard to read their numbers. They have they have the white uniforms and a very light, I don't know if it's a blue or orange, numbers in their outline, but it's really difficult to make out the numbers. I think the number of the kicker is 82, and that would be Adam Jacobs. Yeah, 5'7", 130-pound junior. And so Jacob Adams waiting for the whistle from the official.
I'm looking at his helmet. It is 82. That's the best number you can see. I can't read. I've got binoculars on, and I can't read his jersey.
Yeah, it's really difficult. We have struggled with that for a few seasons. It is what it is, so we just got to deal with it. Yeah. But Garfield wearing their home purple jerseys, and tonight in their white pants, not the all purple.
Well, as we said, speed and quickness versus power. We'll see.
Yep. And, I have not seen Eastside this year, but Eastside typically will have both power and speed. Can they match up with Garfield's speed? That remains to be seen. Garfield, one of the more talented athletic teams and with speed, as you said.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so we are about ready to kick it off. 12 minutes showing on the clock. 0-0 is the score. We're about to start out. The Space Needle smiling at us. I'm Rick Dupree. That's Jay Yeezy John Yasutaki. And we are ready, and the kick is up. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded by Poppy Justice at about the 18-yard line. He's looking outside. Now reverses field, going back the other way. He's got one man to beat and trying to get by him. He gets by him. He might go. He's got another man to beat. Cuts in across the 40.
Oh, my goodness.
And out to about the 42-yard line. Poppy Justice opening up the game with an exciting kickoff return, fielded at about the 18 and takes it out to about the 43-yard.
And he got almost all the way.
Yeah, he got by one guy, and thought he might go, and then another guy was there and was able to stop him. But Poppy Justice, a great return. They got actually spotted at the 44-yard line, and so Garfield will take over 1st and 10.
Good discipline by Garfield's blockers, because they didn't hit late and they didn't hit in the back, and that's easy to do when a guy cuts across the field.
Absolutely.
It was quick.
And quarterback E.J. Camagnon was looking for a receiver to his left, and it was sacked from behind. I believe that was number 6, Samuel Burrows, 6'2", 225-pound senior. And yes, indeed,
Cameron Young's only a sophomore. I think he's a 10th grader. So
What's that?
he's a
EJ?
10th grader. Yep. 10th grader. So
Yeah, EJ Common Young got a lot of time last year in the spring as a freshman. Coach Witherspoon liked what he saw. And so Common Young's got 3 receivers to his right, the wide side of the field, 1 to the left, single back. I believe it's Rayon Hampton with him. Common Young looking, steps up now. He's got pressure. He's got some room on the left side.
Yeah.
He's across midfield, and he's going to run out of bounds. And
48, 49.
Yeah, close to the first down. So a couple yards shy of the first down. That will make it 3rd and 2. We're a minute 4 into the ball game here live at Memorial Stadium. Rick Dupree, John Yasutaki. You want to say hello to Coach Witherspoon's father and mother. They are vacationing in Hawaii and listening to us. And Coach Bishop Witherspoon just said, "Watch your mouth."
Mahalo.
Yeah, that's it. And Hampton on the right side had a hole, and then it was stopped very quickly. And I believe that was big number 77, AJ Tanupo.
Not much of a game.
Tanupo, 6'3", 265, sophomore. And tell you what, Garfield is going to be tested today up front. Because you've got some size up there on the line for the Crusaders. That'll make it 4th down and a short 2 to go. And Garfield is going to go for it. Now they call timeout. So Coach Witherspoon wants to discuss it with his offense. They come over to the side. And Coach Witherspoon looking at his playbook there, I believe, John, and trying to figure out what he wants to run.
If I'm not correct, I think the playbook on Eastside on defense, they play pretty straight up. As they say, pretty straight up, pretty vanilla. They don't do a lot of stunting, to my knowledge. So I don't know. Right?
Yeah, they're going to play straight up, but I tell you what,
this is the kind of game you would want to, do something different to break the other team down offensively.
Yeah, and Eastside Catholic again has got some size and some talent and speed as well. So this will be a great test for both of these balls undefeated coming into this ball game. And again, Eastside Catholic 1 loss to a nationally ranked team out of state, but in state they're undefeated. So EJ Common Young's got now some motion. He's got trips and the pitch out to Reggie Witherspoon, the 3rd, and he's going to be caught from behind, and he's dropped for a loss of about 6 yards, and that fooled nobody, and he was not able to get the first, and so it will be 1st and 10. Now the Crusaders with the ball on the Bulldogs' 48-yard line. The Crusaders offense on the line already, and so they are going to, it looks like, John, run from the line, no huddle. So 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, a single back, and in the gun, and then a Garfield player rushing off the field. Now they're going to throw a flag.
What are they going to call?
I mean, you blew the whistle. The ball wasn't snapped, so you can't say it was too many men on the field. I would be shocked if that's the call. They may waive it off.
No, they called it. I think illegal participation.
Now, okay, and they're calling that against the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs had a player rushing off the field, but the ball had not been snapped.
The ball hadn't been snapped.
And John, come on, that's inconsequential. He's off, and he would have been off before the snap. He was right at the sideline. I'm not totally sure I understand that call. It is what it is. So 1st and 5 for the Crusaders on the Bulldogs' 43-yard line. Single back, the handoff to that back up the middle, and not a lot of room. He's going to be stopped for maybe a yard gain. And on the tackle, that was Denali Dukes, and carrying the ball, I believe, was number 25, Chase Hamden. Hamden, a 5'8", 185-pound senior.
They're in the hurry up.
Yep, trips on the left side, single receiver on the right. Quarterback Brady McKeeler. Or McKelher. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. McHale here. We'll get it.
Yep.
All right. And the snap, the handoff up the middle. Some room on the left side. Now cut back to the right.
Yep.
It's going to be a first down. Short gain of probably 5, maybe 6 yards, John.
They only had 5 to go because of that penalty on the Bulldogs.
Might give them 7 down to the 36-yard line, so that'd be 1st and 10. Crusaders on the Bulldogs' 36-yard line.
Yep.
So again, quarterback Brady McAleer, forgive me, McAleer. Thank you for Eastside Catholic. They gave us a roster and have some
pronunciations on
there,
that.
and
Yeah,
just appreciate that. And it is McAleer.
They got a slot. Well, they got a. I guess you could call them a slot. Oh no!
And some movement on the line there.
I think it's going to be encroachment against Garfield, number 9.
Let's see.
Got in the neutral
getting
zone.
a little. Yep, they call it again, encroachment. And as John said, I believe that's Mike Montgomery. And again, I want to say thanks to Stacy Stout, the athletic director at Eastside Catholic, getting us the roster and the pronunciation guy. So Eastside Catholic for their second set of plays here, John, will start out again 1st and 5, this time on the Garfield 31-yard line.
Everything they've
high
had.
snap,
high snap.
but a pull down and a
big
hole on the left side.
Hole.
Oh, and he eludes a tackler there. That was number 25. Again, Chase Hamden, and Hamden all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah. Big hole.
And down to about the 9-yard line. So that's going to make it 1st and goal for the Crusaders. And Hamden, John, hit that left side, and there was a huge hole there. He made one guy miss, and it was off to the races.
Just an off-tackle slant, and there was no leverage or contain. And, hey, he took it upfield.
So 1st and goal on the 9-yard line.
Late delay.
Handoff on the right side, and down close to the goal line. Short of it once again. That's Chase Hamden.
Yep. They ran that delayed handoff. That would look good, and it was almost off a slant on that goal line, which takes a little time to develop. But they got the push up front.
Yeah. Right now, Eastside Catholic is controlling the line of scrimmage, and now the big tight end, number 88, that is Gabe Hoffman, goes from the right to the left. The handoff, and looks like that is going to be in Zando. Touchdown, Eastside Catholic. Right. Chase Hamden off the right side, about a 2-yard run, and Eastside Catholic strikes first with the score. 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0.
Straight ahead blast, right up the middle, A gap, B gap, either one. But it doesn't look like their snaps are clean either. So, he's reaching up there. That could be telling.
And Eastside Catholic, again, both teams having the long snap, and the extra point is up and waiting on the signal. It is no good.
Right.
It's hard to tell from here, and they say no good.
Went left, took it left.
Wide, so misses there. So that could prove to be an important miss there, John. So 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. Eastside Catholic strikes blood, or draws blood first. They strike first, and they lead it 6-0 over the Garfield Bulldogs. We are live at Memorial Stadium. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. Friday night under the lights here at Memorial Stadium.
And if you Garfield, you're saying, wow, they got 6 on us, but we made a couple of misplays which put us in the hole and gave them the advantage. And again, you're on the plus side of the 50. Remember, I told you the percentages increase as you get closer to the goal line that you're going to score, and that's exactly. You can't give up field position.
Yeah. And a gamble by the Bulldogs to go for it on 4th and 2. And again, we have seen this team play for a few weeks now, John. And there are a couple of players. I mean, the starting running back Rayon Hampton, and then the backup sophomore Jimmy Miller. Yeah. Jimmy Miller's a guy, and I see him on the sideline there. And he's a big kid, and I tell you what, I'm going to take my chances giving it to the big hogs, and both of them we talked about last week, reminiscent to a certain degree of Walter Payton, in that they are going to make the defense pay. They're going to deliver the blow. So short kick, and it's on the ground. Oh, it's going to be recovered by Eastside Catholic. Garfield was not able to. Number 17, I believe, was Devin Chambers, and he was not able to bring it in.
Why? I was looking. He was trying to grab the ball. He should have just jumped on it, just laid on top of it. He was trying to feel with the ball. Just go for it and lay your body on it, and turn your back to the D, so you shield the ball from them.
And John, I think that was number 17. I'm not positive, so I won't blame it on Devin Chambers. But the Garfield player, forgive me, I wasn't able to catch the number for sure. Could not field the short kick, and it was on the ground. Eastside Catholic, they recover on the Garfield 36, so they start out with their second offensive possession again, John. On the Garfield side of the field.
35-yard line.
So pressure coming on, and the pass, short pass, and
no,
strong hit. Wait a minute, no, they're going to say the receiver was down. Oh, and a great play, John, by number 9, Mike Montgomery. They're going to say the receiver was down, rather. And so quarterback Brady McAleer hit the receiver, and it was a solid hit. And hold on, now okay, there's an official's timeout. And it looks like we have a player down. Yeah, I believe that is for the Bulldogs. It looks like number 8, Denali Dukes.
Yeah, number 8.
So we will see what's happening. But anyway, to describe the play, so the pass from, again, quarterback Brady McAleer, and the receiver got it, and a really strong hit by Mike Montgomery, and then the player went down with what the officials were saying, which I believe was the case, John. And as Montgomery was spinning on top, he stripped the ball, but the receiver was down. So it's a gain of about 4 yards down to the 22-yard line, or check that 32-yard line. And so it will be 2nd and about 6 to go for the Crusaders on the Bulldogs' 32-yard line, and the Crusaders leading 6-0 here with 7:25 to go in the first quarter. And looks like they're looking
knee or ankle. I can't. It's kind of hard to see, but it is. I think it's knee.
Yeah, the left leg,
and it looks like it's knee.
Again, that's Denali Dukes down. He's sitting up, and
he's in pain.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain. We hope it's nothing serious, but they are taking a look at that left leg.
Yeah, it's at the ankle.
Oh, yeah, they're looking at the ankle, not the knee. Okay, that's better news, because a knee, you definitely don't want that.
Could be high ankle sprain. His foot might have got caught underneath.
Yeah, that is certainly common.
So it's going to be pretty obvious they're going to run this power game. Eastside Catholic, nothing fancy.
Yeah, Eastside Catholic. I think, John, you talked about this power versus speed, and Eastside Catholic is going to do what they do best. They're going to use that big line up front, and they're going to try to knock Garfield back and control the game at the line of scrimmage. And so far, they've done so. So again, I'm Rick Dupree, along with John Yasutaki, Jay Yeezy, as we call him, and we are here live at Memorial Stadium. 7:25 to go in the first quarter. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield by a score of 6-0. Quarterback Brady McAleer. Back, he's got one running back behind him. I believe that is number 28, Mason Uribe.
Yeah, you got it.
Uribe.
We got motion across.
And the handoff to Uribe, and he is met in the backfield, and there is nowhere to go. Garfield with a fine stop there. That's going to make it 3rd, and boy, they bring it back a loss of about a yard. So that's going to make it 3rd and 7, back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that motion didn't fool anybody.
No.
Nobody got out of position.
Rick, I got to say this. That reminds me of when we were playing with the 89ers, and I was learning the game from Coach Softly. And as defensive end, he said, your job is to not let them get outside to turn that.
That's right. Turn it in.
Outside arm and leg free.
Yep. And that was a great play by the outside there for the Bulldogs. And the pass, and a little bit low and not able to bring it in, is Andrew Martirano. And so quarterback Brady McAleer's pass, he gunned it there, John, but just a little bit low. Martirano not able to bring it in.
There was some good pressure coming up the field, but Garfield play has to leave the game because his helmet came off. Just like any collegiate football, you have to take a play off when your helmet gets knocked off.
And so it's going to be 4th and 7. The Crusaders going for it. McAleer is in the gun. He's got one running back behind him. That's
double wide outs. One back.
They're looking to his left. He's got a receiver open. He got it at the 30, but he's met by 2 Garfield Bulldogs, and it's going to be nothing doing. Turnover on downs. Yeah. The Bulldogs make the stop.
Yeah. He looked over in the corner, but it wasn't open, so he tried to hit that underneath receiver, and he had 2 guys on top of him.
2 guys right there. And he was about 4 yards shy of the first down. So the Bulldogs will take over their, I believe, second offensive possession here, if I'm not mistaken, John.
Yeah.
And it will be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 30-yard line.
Let's see what they can do. They moved the ball. They just got kind of stalled out on that 3rd down to go into the 4th down and they lost that yardage, but a little bit of momentum. But let's see what happens. They got an eye.
So quarterback E.J. Camagnon under center, hands off to Rayon Hampton. Hampton to the left side. Not a lot of room there. He is met by Dallas Daly. And the 6'1", 210-pound senior brings him down. It's going to be a short gain. Check it, about a 3-yard gain out. 3, almost 4 yards out.
Coming out of that eye set.
Yeah. Not going to be as easy as it's been the last couple of weeks. Eastside Catholic, some talent and some size up front there. And they're bringing it. The handoff to Hampton on the left side, right side, I should say. And he's met at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, about a yard, if anything.
So just shy of the 35-yard line. So that's going to make it 3rd and a short 6, a long 5. And now the Bulldogs go back in the huddle. 22 on the game clock, or I should say on the play clock, running on the field on both ends so the quarterbacks can see it. Camagnon in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Single back, and he's got pressure. He steps up. And he's got to watch out behind him. Camagnon's got it. He tucks it under. He's got a 1st down and then some. E.J. Camagnon takes it out to about the 44-yard line. So a good scramble there. He felt the pressure, stepped up in the pocket, and then just tucked it and went.
Well, Eastside's running a 4 with 3 under, and that linebacker, that outside linebacker, that I guess you could say strong side linebacker came up into the hole to blitz.
Yeah,
he got around him. He got around him.
Yeah, he didn't have that contained like Tony was talking about a minute ago. Yeah, they're bringing Eastside Catholic is bringing. Eastside Catholic's got 4 guys on the line, and they're bringing at least they're bringing at least one of those linebackers as well. Now this time they don't. Camagnon's got a receiver there. And Poppy Justice can't hold on to it. It was a quick out.
And it was there.
And Camagnon felt the pressure and got rid of it quickly, and Poppy Justice just not able to bring it in. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 45-yard line. 4:43 left to go in quarter number 1. Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders leading the Bulldogs of Garfield 6-0.
So it's going to be a guessing game what Eastside is going to be doing on defense because they show you 4, they may show you 5, but they may be bringing 6, maybe more. That's what's interesting. They got a 4. They got 4 on the line right now.
And the linebackers are back. They're bringing the linebacker up
hole.
The middle, and not a lot of room. It spins off, but he is met at the. And they're going to say the ball pops out.
No, he's down.
Yeah, he was down, and that was Jimmy Miller, the big sophomore, and he was met right at the line of scrimmage. John, nowhere to go.
They closed that hole.
Yeah, they did.
There really actually wasn't much of a hole. That's why he had to run sideways.
Right. Yeah, he bounced off of that first tackler. Was not able to spin out of it though and stay on his feet. So that'll make it 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs at their 45-yard line.
You got to get some yardage here if you're going to exchange on the punt. You got to get that ball upfield a little bit more.
And receiver motion pressure, and E.J. Camagnon, Camagnon goes down, and a lot of pressure coming on the outside, John, and Garfield's going to have to figure that out. Eastside Catholic doing a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback, something the Seahawks need to do more of, because I tell you what, they let Kirk Cousins sit back there and pick them apart last weekend.
Well, the thing is, you're reading the quarterback, their key is not the quarterback. Their key is what they got in terms of, receivers and everything else, because you're just throwing caution to the wind. You're bringing 4 or 5 guys. Now they got 5 on the line right now. And they're going to bring 6 because it looks like, on the punt. But
Merkelbach gets the punt off. It hits on the 30 and is going to go out of bounds. Nice. Let's see. They're going to say it about the 28-yard line. So Garfield not able to sustain a drive there. They punted away, and Eastside Catholic will take over on its own 28-yard line. 3:21 left to go in the first quarter, leading the Bulldogs 6-0. And John, in a situation like that, you've got a defense coming. Offensively, you've got to think of some things. Whether it's a quick slant, whether it's a quick pitch, something to get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback quickly.
And if you're going to run running, you can't do slow developing plays. Eastside Catholic reacts too well. You can't do direct handoff. slants, all that kind of stuff.
So McAleer's got a receiver, and the pass is, and it's going to be a pass interference. Is going to be called. So McAleer was looking for his receiver, and the receiver went up for the pass, and their defending was number 5, Tyshawn Rain, and they're going to call Tyshawn Rain with the pass interference. There was some contact there with the ball in the air. So if it goes, and John, I can't remember if it goes from the spot of the foul, if they bring it back and mark off 10 from the line of scrimmage.
It's from the line of scrimmage. It's not a spot foul.
So that will bring the ball out likely then to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for Eastside. Let's see what they. Yep, referees are bringing it back, and they'll march it off. Well, dude, it's 10 yards. Just go up to the 38-yard line, Yeah. But I guess they got to. I'm saying that because. 15 yards.
It's 15, but it's automatic first down.
Yeah, automatic first down. But again, I'm surprised. Since when is pass interference 15 yards? Has it always been that?
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
It has.
Well, I guess I'm on the late show, huh?
Hey.
Let me get with it. Okay, so the Crusaders 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Receiver in motion. Handoff flag, and not a lot of room.
Illegal motion. He stepped towards the line of scrimmage, I believe.
So about a 2-yard gain, but that likely will come back.
There it is.
Illegal motion.
Yep, illegal chip. There it is. Yeah, he stepped to the line. You can't step to the line.
Right.
Of
if you're in motion, you have to either go straight across or back. Yeah.
And he took a step in to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I used to always, as a player as well as, when I coach, tell my players, err on just making sure you're kind of angling back just a little bit. Yeah. Leave no doubt. Don't leave it in the hands of the referee.
Yeah, and the reason why that rule is in place is because it's a false step that you're making the defense believe that the play is starting. It's not.
So that'll make it 1st and 15, ball on the 38-yard line of the Crusaders. They lead it 6-0. 3:11 left to go here in quarter number 1. Garfield feigning blitz. Now they step back out.
You got a kind of wing and a slot. Wing, slot, or
McAleer looking to his left. He's got a receiver there, but to make the tackle immediately, nowhere to go. And that was number 28, Kenny Gilbert, I believe.
Pretty close to another loss. He didn't gain anything on that play.
And I'm trying to make sure that was 28. Yeah, I believe it was.
28.
So no gain on the play. They'll make it 2nd and 15, balls on the 39. 2nd and 14, forgive me, ball on the 39-yard line.
Double wide out. Eastside has double wide out.
McAleer again in the gun. And I believe that is Mason Uribe behind him.
Now, he's not a slot. He's a wide out.
On the left side there.
On the left side, yeah. He's coming across.
And the fake, and now looking for a receiver, and low pass, but able to bring it in, and they're going to say it's complete, and that is number 3, Andrew.
About a yard and a half short. Yep,
out to the 49-yard line across midfield, so to make it 3rd and 2 for the Crusaders. And quarterback Brady McAleer was under pressure, was rolling to his right, and got the pass off, hit his receiver. So trips to the left this time, the wide side of the field. Lone back, John, again, I believe it's either 25 or 28. Having trouble making out the numbers. I apologize.
I'll look at the helmet.
And the handoff, that is number 25. And he's got a lot of room on the left side. Nobody there, no contain. And finally stopped at about the 40-yard line. Poppy Justice coming up and making the stop at 25. Chase Hamden, he got the ball. John, there was nobody there.
What happened to the defensive quote end, or not even a linebacker scrape to get down there?
Nobody there. I mean, Chase Hamden ran for about 15 yards, going from left to right and then upfield before there was anybody there. Poppy Justice did a great job of fighting off the block and then coming up and making a good stop. But 1st and 10 for the Crusaders on the Bulldogs' 39-yard line. 1:24 left to go here in the first quarter.
Single back.
McAleer, and pass out on the left sideline there, and knocked out of bounds.
They almost got to him on that play there. Garfield, defensive lineman, got in there and just a step off. That ball, he's getting that ball out of there pretty quick.
Yeah, doing a really good job. I believe that was a reception, a pass to number 83, Jaden Reyes, if I'm not mistaken. Reyes.
Three receivers on the right.
McAleer looking to getting the play from the sideline, now stepping up. He's in the gun. And he's got one back there with him, trips to his right, and fakes the handoff, looking, pass inside. Oh, and it is intercepted. It was tipped by number 9, Mike Montgomery, and then
Garfield intercept.
John, I believe that was Jacoby Cochran Jr. that came up with it.
With the red sleeve.
Yep. Jacoby Cochran Jr., tell you what, continues to come up with big plays week in and week out. And so the turnover, the Bulldogs will take over on their own 18-yard line. 1:09 left to go here in the first quarter, leading by a score, I should say trailing by a score of 6-0.
That was a good job. That linebacker or that corner, it looked like it was the corner safety make that tip.
Yeah, Mike Montgomery actually playing from his linebacker spot and was able to tip the ball just a little bit.
Yep.
And Jacoby Cochran Jr. quick reflexes and got it.
Came
So
up with
E.J. Camagnon looking
snap.
back. He's got time. He's got pressure. He has a receiver over the middle, and just behind him and overthrows him was looking for number 12.
Yeah. Snap.
Armani Inversit.
When I say snap, that isn't the that colloquial term that hey snap. That's a bad snap.
Yeah.
Digging that ball out of the ground.
Yeah, and both of these teams, and we see this in most high school teams we've covered, John, is the quarterback's back in the gun, and it's not. I'll call it the long snapper because again, it's not under center. The quarterback, you've got to get the ball up there, and too often it's really low or a little bit high, and you've talked about this before. Throws the timing off. Yep. Camagnon's got a receiver, and that is Jacoby Cochran Jr. breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. He's across the 30. He's got some room. Jacoby Cochran Jr. and he's going to be gang tackled, and he's still on his feet across the 35 out to the almost the 40.
Run.
Oh, there was a big pile up, and it looked like he was down, and then Jacoby Cochran Jr. keeping the legs going and brings it out to about the 39-yard line for the first down.
Unbelievable. That was an amazing run. They got a warning. They get a warning. That was interesting. That was good.
So again, want to remind you, if you're listening, not watching, go to the Rainier Avenue Radio YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch pages, and you can see the stream of the game. And we've got multiple cameras here. And a big thank you to Lourdes Prim, our camera operator. Doing a fine job, and Tony B on the iPhone. Camagnon looking for a receiver. He's got him on the left side, on the right side, I should say, and that was number 81, and that is Rolly Canale.
Yeah, right.
And Canale's the guy, and it looks like Garfield said, okay, look, we can't match you up front, so we're going to spread it out.
Throw the ball.
And E.J. Camagnon showing that he's got a live arm, John, and we know that Garfield's got some great receivers and guys that can make some plays.
Some speed out there and quickness. But, hey, I'm the baseball coach at Garfield. I say, hey, you're going to be my second baseman because you can scoop stuff off the ground. Or my shortstop.
Yeah. So the Bulldogs into Crusader territory, and that will do it. They won't get the play off. The clock winds down to 0. So after 1 quarter of action, here at Memorial Stadium, the Eastside Catholic Crusaders leading the Garfield Bulldogs by a score of 6-0.
This game has gone pretty fast so far. This quarter was pretty quick, but yeah, I mean, Camagnon's at least 2 out of the 3 downs, he's fishing the ball off the ground.
As you said, I mean, John throws that timing off. Although Garfield seems to be finding their rhythm a little bit, and this is a very well matched, evenly matched played game so far. Again, the Crusaders struck or true blood first, I should say, and they scored, missed the extra point, and so that is where we have it right now. 6-0 is the score.
Yep, that fumble recovery and turnover. The thing is, see, ideally, you want the quarterback to get the ball about chest high, not above the chest, chest high.
Yeah, not below the waist.
Not below the waist.
Often, E.J. Camagnon is picking up around the knees or for the ankles or above his head.
Like a ground ball as like a second baseman or a shortstop. That's not good.
So the Bulldogs, 1st and 10 on the Crusaders' 46-yard line. Low snap again. Camagnon gets it. He's got pressure and just gets rid of it. He was looking over on the left sideline there for Armani Impersit.
Boy, they stretched that defense though. He was in the end, almost in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went just on a fly or a streak.
So, John, I think the Bulldogs and what I'm seeing with that pressure coming, they're going to have to either roll EJ out or run some very quick kind of two-step drops, from that position where he's at in the gun and get rid of it.
Exactly.
So 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They're stacked, and the lone back is around Hampton. And Coleman Young looking to his right, now his left. He's got a lot of time. Nowhere to go. Now he goes deep. He's got a receiver. Canale's there, and he's got it inside the 10-yard line. Ronnie Canale. Oh, my.
Everybody gave up.
Yeah. And Canale kept going. Camignon had a lot of time there. Looked to his right, then to his left, and did a lot of checkoff.
They got a ineligible receiver downfield. So I think it's going to be an
So, yeah, looks like it's coming back. I don't see a flag on the turf, John, but the referees are conferring all the Bulldog players coming back, so it looks like that. Yeah. And let's see, here's the call. Oh, I see. Yeah, now I see the.
Yep. Illegal shift.
Okay, so maybe they called with the 2 guys started. You had the running back around Hampton,
right,
and then one of the receivers coming in motion at the same time. And I think that may be what the call is.
It's a 5-yarder though.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So
it wipes off about a 55-yard play though.
Yeah, it's down to about the 10-yard line. Yeah. So that brings the ball back across midfield into the Bulldogs territory on their 49. They'll have it 2nd and 15 to go. So like a loss of down as well on that, John, right?
No, it shouldn't be.
Because the box is showing 2nd down. That was a.
No, hold on. Yeah, well.
Did we have a first? I'm trying. So timeout by Eastside. I'm trying to think, John. I thought that was the first down play, but maybe I'm wrong. Nevertheless, what we're seeing on the box now, it's saying 2nd and 15 to go.
15.
Second quarter just started. We are only 36 seconds into quarter number 2. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield 6-0.
This is pretty much as we called it, Rick, before the game. This is exactly what we thought we'd be seeing.
Yeah, we thought we'd see a very, very tightly contested game, and we are definitely seeing that so far. And John, you called it, talking about the size and strength of Eastside Catholic, and they control the line of scrimmage at Garfield speed. Although Garfield, certainly has some beef up front as well. But
that's not their game.
Exactly.
Their game is speed.
So the key now is how do you got to figure out how to get the ball to your skill guys, your speed guys, where they have some room. You're not going to run in between the tackles, which nullifies to a certain degree the 2 great running backs, Rayon Hampton and Jimmy Miller. But how do you get the ball to them on the outside? Reggie Witherspoon, the 3rd in motion. The ball is on the ground, and EJ picks it up. He's just going to run it, and EJ does a good job, John. Again, a bad snap. He picked it up off the turf and gets the ball. Just past the original line of scrimmage, or right around the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to make it 3rd
in about
and 10. Yeah.
But you can't live on that. I mean, this is going to be, like I said, when that ball hits the ground, it can go anywhere. It'll bounce anywhere, and if it just throws everything off. And
the thing is that look, if your snapper can't get it there, then you got to get the quarterback under the center. Bottom line, got to get either that or you go to work. Monday through Thursday, you are going to work, and this kid is taking hundreds of snaps. Now that's a great snap there, right on EJ Camignon. He's under pressure, and he's going to get rid of. He's got a receiver, that's Jacoby Cochran Jr. and Jacoby.
It's about 5.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at about the 41-yard line. It's about a 5-yard pickup. It'll make it 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
And they're at the 41-yard line of the Crusaders, so no doubt we'll go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, John, you've got to figure out, and one of the things I used to love to do as a running back, a little guy in particular, defenders, they're looking to knock your head off.
Exactly.
So I use their aggressiveness against them. So let's run some screens. Let's run some different plays where
misdirection.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to figure out how to, offset that strength that coming in, and that where Eastside Catholic controlling lines from the low snap, but Camignon gets it's got to receive. Oh, and he's hit from the side, and the ball's out. It's picked up. and it's off to the races. That's number 6, Samuel Burrows, and Samuel Burrows is going to take it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastside Catholic. Oh, my. EJ Comignon was hit from the blind side, John.
They brought 6.
Man.
They brought both linebackers in, and they were stepping in the hole, and they came. And that was a telling blow. EJ didn't have a chance.
He did not have a chance.
Yeah.
You talk about that. You got to have that left tackle out there. It's got to protect the quarterback's backside. And
Blind
man,
side.
EJ Comignon took a shot.
Well, there was a tip-off. They were going to bring those 2 linebackers in, and they were shooting the gap. We were taught, let no man cross your face. So
Samuel Burrows, I want to say it was about a 50-yarder, John, where the ball, EJ was back. Yeah, it was about a 50-yard or so. He picked the ball up and
took off.
I'm going to call it a 50-yard.
Yep. Run with
fumble return. Yeah.
Fumble. Yeah, and you can't advance it in high school. Just like
the ball was live. Yeah, the ball was live there.
Right.
So Eastside Catholic now, there's a penalty on the extra point.
Illegal procedure.
So it brings the ball back to about the 7-8 yard line, and they're now going to spot it down for the extra point kick at the 15.
Now they
25 yards.
Now they missed the first one. Let's see if they can get a double on this one. Oh, that snap.
Kick is up.
That's
and
good. Yeah. That one
is good.
That's good. That one was good.
So with 9:41 left to play in the first half, Eastside Catholic strikes on the big defensive play, forcing the fumble and then the return all the way for the touchdown, and the Crusaders leading the Bulldogs 13-0.
Well, you got to regroup. You have 9 minutes left in this quarter. You got the rest of the game. You're down by 2 touchdowns, 2 scores. If you make both extra points, you score twice, and you get 2 extra points, you're ahead, 14-13.
Right, yeah, and the defense, the Garfield defense has stiffened up and done a good job the last couple of series, and offense moving the ball some. And again, I think it looks like Coach Witherspoon, there's experimenting with a couple of things. One of the things he said a couple of weeks ago, we're a strong running team. We need to work on our passing. And this is a game where they're going to have to lean on that passing game more than he would normally like to.
Well, Eastside Catholic's got pretty strong up front. They're running 4, and they got 4-3 or 4-4. And, it's you're going to have to change make their defense do some things differently.
Yeah, well, you got to play, use their aggressiveness against them.
Exactly.
And they're bringing, like you said a moment ago,
at
least
6.
4, sometimes 5 or 6 guys coming in.
Yep.
So the kick, it's a low kick squib, and it's going to be fielded by Jacoby Cochran Jr. at the 24-yard line. No, check that. That's Poppy Justice. Breaks a tackle, but 2 guys there, and he goes nowhere. And he's brought down at about the 20. Let's see where they spot it, 22 or 23-yard line. The Bulldogs will take over, trailing 13-0. 9:35 left to go in the second quarter here at Memorial Stadium. And again, want to say a big thank you to Lourdes Prim, our camera operator, and she is working with and training Vanessa Ewert Northrop. And she is here, our new intern. We got a couple of interns, and they're doing a great job. Vanessa, a student at Seattle Academy, and joining us this week, her first week with us here at Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yeah, well, Vanessa, thank you for coming. You have your own identity. You're not just Peyton's sister. Thank you.
And John referring to Vanessa's older sister, Peyton, who was one of the first interns that we had here when Rainier Avenue Radio started as part of the senior project program at Seattle Academy.
Great intern.
So end around, and Reggie
that's
wins
open.
For the third. He's got some room. He's got 1 man to beat. Cut spins. And he's brought down.
They got a flag.
I mean, usually in the backfield, there's a hold. That's a
hold or block in the back.
Yeah, Witherspoon picked up about 7 yards on the play, but we believe it's going to come back. We'll see what the call is. So again, Bulldogs doing, John, what we talked about doing is throwing some new plays, new things, new wrinkles, if you will.
Yep.
And that's what they're going to have to do. Yeah, this one's going to come back. So what they did on that play, Reggie Witherspoon III in motion and then got the handoff and kind of a receiver end around, if you will.
What they call it? Yeah.
But it's coming back all the way to the 13-yard line. That's a big one.
Yep.
10 yards. So that's going to make it 1st and 20. Bulldogs on the 13, and they have to get all the way out to the 33-yard line.
Yep. You can't make a mistake down here.
No, that's a good point, John, because now you talk about that field
three
position.
scores down.
Yeah. You don't want to give the Crusaders the ball again on your side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it just
so EJ Camignon under center, and the handoff to Rayon Hampton. Hampton's got some room on the left side, breaks the tackle out across the 20-yard line, picks up about 7 yards on there. So again, John, going outside of that, getting some, sealing that outside off, if you will, and then getting your runner to bounce outside. And they're going to have to do some things that maybe they haven't done in previous weeks because they've been so dominant as a running team.
Yep, exactly. And my thinking is Tennessee says if they start getting conscious of us running off a tackle or slants or on that outside sweep, we're going to cut the ball back inside. We're going to run up the middle because it's going to be soft. Everyone's going to be sliding that way, and that's just a natural tendency.
So the Bulldogs,
bad snap.
Pass out to Canale. Canale's got it.
Oh, nice tackle.
A short gain, though.
Yep.
And it's going to be far short of the first down. He is tackled at about the 26-yard line, so that's going to make it 3rd and about, if my math is right, about the 7 yards.
7 or 8. Yep, 7 or 8. It was close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So the Bulldogs trailing 13-0 with the ball on their own 26-yard line. Have to get out to the 33-yard line for a first down. 7:58 left to go here in the first half. We are live at Memorial Stadium. Camignon looking, and a lot of pressure. He's going to be brought down again. Another sack. And, boy, I tell you what, this Eastside Catholic defense coming in and leading the way. Yeah. I believe that is – John, I'm trying to make out the number there.
I can't either. I missed his helmet number, too.
Okay, I think it's number 77.
He's off the field now.
That is A.J. Tanupo.
Yeah, he's going off the field now.
Yeah, Tanupo, 6'3", 265. Yep. Only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. Yep. He's they did that without a whole lot of gaming.
Yeah. Just that four-man front. They were coming. Yeah,
they came.
I mean, those are the plays your offensive line has got to make the stop. Pressure on, but
good kick. He got it away.
Merkelbach gets it off. It bounces. Is picked up, fielded at the 46-yard line, and across midfield, and a big hit. Oh my! And I believe that was number 44 coming up. Uriah Gibbons with the hit.
Looked like he was going to take a seat, and he got hit. He got hit. And it wasn't a spear. Actually,
John, there's a flag back, and I don't know if there was
roughing the kicker.
Could be. So let's see what the call is because Garfield.
No, let's see.
So the flag is back at the 21-yard line. So we're waiting on the call. So Eastside Catholic's offense is on the field, Garfield's defense, but the referees are at the 45-yard line conferring and trying to figure out what the call is here and how that will impact the last play.
Was it during the kick or was it after the kick? And was it running into the kicker? There isn't any running into the kicker in Interscholastic. I think it's just roughing the kicker, isn't it? If you hit the kicker,
if you hit the kicker, regardless,
it's roughing.
Yeah.
It's not running into it.
Right.
Yeah. I have to be honest. I got to read. Hey, after reading how many pages of the COVID protocols that we got from Washington State?
Yeah, and I mean, and the rules do change, periodically, and so. Okay, so it looks like what they're doing is assessing the penalty yardage against Eastside Catholic. So they're going to go back. The ball was just across midfield. Now they're going back.
Yep.
And, boy, they're going back a long way here. I have not seen a call from the referee yet as what the penalty was.
Well, it looks like it's going to be their ball, but on the blocking in the back. Oh, holding.
So holding, okay.
Holding on the return.
So that's going to bring the ball back in. Typically, it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So that brings the ball back to the 34-yard line. So Eastside Catholic takes over on its own 34-yard line. 7 minutes left to go here in the first half, leading Garfield 13-0.
Trips left. Stack. It's a brunch formation.
McAleer looking. The quick screen. That is Evan.
Oh, my goodness.
Giacob, and Giacob nowhere to go and blow the whistle. My goodness. Giacob is driven back about 15 yards, John. And, forward progress is going to be up about 8 yards from where he went down. So it's like, come on, refs, blow the whistle.
He had to blow the whistle. Well, what they did was they did that bunch formation. The two up front receivers went down.
Cleared out,
they threw to the receiver in the back.
So it's a pickup of about 4 yards out.
For a lot of work.
Yeah, 37-yard line. Check it 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7.
A lot of hitting.
Yeah.
Now they're that bunch formation to the right.
So McAleer, has got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Hands off and whistles blow.
Yeah.
And John, I'm not sure if it was a delay of game. Yep, delay of game. They didn't get the snap off before the play clock went off.
And you played and you coached. There should be no reason for a delay game if you have a playbook, if you have your play set.
Yeah.
If you know the sequences and stuff like that.
You've got to get in and out of the huddle.
Thank you.
And again, that's the quarterback. I mean, that's your job.
Yep.
I played that position through most of my little league career at least, and my first year in high school. And you got to get the team out of there.
Yep.
So McAleer looking, the screen is set up, and coming up and making a big hit. It's Poppy Justice. Poppy Justice says, don't bring that to my side, young man.
But that took so long to develop.
Yeah. Garfield read it, and so a loss on the play back to the 30, maybe the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
So that's going to make it 3rd and about 15 to go because the Crusaders got to get out all the way to the 44.
So you got a corner or a safety making a tackle on a screen play. That's how long it took.
Yeah. And so just to give Eastside Catholic a little credit, Poppy Justice actually a corner, but he came up.
He's a corner. He's a corner or safety, on a screen pass. So that's interesting. It took so long to develop.
Yeah. So Garfield now with a three down lineman set. The snap.
Direct snap.
McAleer looking. He's got time. He's going deep. And the ball is up, and it's tipped. And I believe it's going to be caught. It was tipped by a Garfield player and then caught by Eastside Catholic for the first down.
Yep.
Inside the 40 to the Garfield 37-yard line. I tell you what, Jacoby Cochran Jr. not happy with himself. He tipped the ball. And again, my thing is, John, if you can't intercept it, knock it down. Knock it down.
That's exactly what.
And he didn't do it that time. So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders on the Bulldog 37-yard line, leading 13-0 with 4:30 left to play here in the first half.
Knock it down.
And
the calling time.
Now the referee comes in and
set time again. What's going on there? Oh, okay, you run the clock. Okay.
Well, the play clock was down to 7, and then the referee stepped in. So I'm not sure what happened there. McAleer's going to hand off on the left side, breaking a tackle. Almost it was a shoestring tackle. And that was number 25, Chase Hamden.
There wasn't much room to get through that hole, but
Hamden
he did.
Shot through the hole.
Yep.
And I had some room. He's going to pick up. They'll give him 5 yards on the carry, and it could have been a lot more. It's kind of a shoestring tackle. And if he would have broken that, John, he would still be running.
Watch out for a deep pass here. I think they're going to test Garfield's secondary on this one.
McAleer
I just have a sense.
3 receiver now looking for the screen.
Yep. I think they were going to go. They were going to go vertical.
Yeah, well, what they did is they were going vertical with the 2 receivers.
Right.
They gave Hoffman the tight end, the big 6'6" tight end. He kind of went in motion, and then he was kind of just doing a little slant out into the flats there.
Yeah.
And they were clearing out either. So probably the first choice, look for the go, and if you got a guy there that's running that fly pattern, if not, you look in the flats. But there was some movement there, so that's going to bring it back and make it now 2nd and 11.
And if it was a line move, it was going to be a pass because you're getting ready to set up for a pass blocking.
So it looks like they're running the same play here, John. Nope, they bring the handoff, and good yardage there. I believe that is Hamden.
Made about 4 yards, 5 yards on that. So
Hamden, down to the 32-yard line.
It should be what, fourth down?
Third down.
Third down?
Yep,
Okay.
third down and about 6 to go. McAleer, again with Hamden as the lone back. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Lone receiver is Giacob. And the pass out, and it's going to be, that
was touchdown.
Yamani Howe was running before he had it, because if he would have had that, John, it would have been off to the races.
Pick 6.
So incomplete. That's going to make it 4th and 6. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Eastside Catholic leading 13-0.
I had a feeling this stage of the game, Eastside was going to try to pass the ball down the field. I think it's pretty obvious they're going to be testing Garfield in secondary.
Well, and Garfield's secondary so far stepping up.
Yep. Motion.
And now looking to his right. And
nice.
Coming in and a great defensive play again. That was a Yamani Howe. Yamani Howe knocking the pass down.
And if he would have been able to use Stickum, which is illegal,
so 2 plays in a row where Yamani Howe.
Lester Hayes. Remember Lester Hayes? He'd have been scoring a touchdown.
You can't call him his nickname. It used to be, remember, Lester the Molester.
Yeah, right.
That's because he would molest those receivers.
That was an outstanding play.
Yeah. So Yamani Howe broke through the line and then got his hand up, knocked the pass down.
Yep.
So turnover on downs. The Bulldogs will take over. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Ball's on their own 33-yard line, trailing 13-0.
And Eastside Catholic is saying, "Whoo, we got away with a couple of them."
Yeah. EJ Camignon looking deep over the middle, overthrows his receivers, looking for the big guy there. That was number 81, Raleigh Canali.
Yep.
So incomplete. We'll make it 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. If you just joined us at game number 1 of our doubleheader, Rainier Beach, a 20-7 winner over the Ballard Beavers.
And again, those snaps are still not clean. It grates on me because it does throw the timing off. It has to.
Yeah, you can ill afford that. You want to make sure that it is clean and you can run your offense the way you want to run it. Yeah. So 2nd and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Now that's
and pressure. Camignon steps up and the flag, and he gets about 8 yards on, then slides. But I believe it's a hold call. Doing a great job of stepping up in the pocket, John, with this pressure. But it's going to come back, and he's got a lot of pressure coming. But there is a hole there in the middle. So, John, I'm almost likely to call a quarterback draw and see and again make the defense have to adjust.
Yeah, I mean they can't rush all full speed ahead if you want to draw up the field for about 10 or 15 yards.
Exactly.
You're going to start playing soft in the middle.
Yeah,
and that's to my advantage as an offense.
Right. So that can neutralize that rush some.
Yep. You're guessing. That we used to do call alignment, stance, key, responsibility, execution, pursuit, tackle. All of it is reading keys and stuff. And if you slow that down, you have an advantage on offense.
Yeah. Camignon double wide.
Good snap.
Looking to his left. He's got a receiver there and on the end zone. And it is caught and then out of bounds. That is Armani Impresit.
Well, that almost seems like.
Yeah, nice out pattern. And he picked up about 12 yards on that out to 35.
Like inauspicious throw out there. It's almost like you're doing it in practice. And no one even tried to tackle him.
Yeah. Rick, I'm going to go down there and talk to Coach Weatherspoon at halftime and see if we can get some information.
All right. Kind of give us a wave, and we will have you on there. Looking forward to it. So that's Tony B going down to the sideline, and we'll hear from Coach Witherspoon here at the half. Camignon, again, pressure steps up. He's got pressure coming behind him. He gets rid of it, and
that's
it's going to be pass interference. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be pass interference called on number 17, Nico Ursino. And you may remember his brother Gino, the running back, had a great career, and I believe graduated last year. So Nico, a senior wide receiver and defensive back, and he was all over the receiver there, but just contact a little bit too soon.
That was Jacoby Cochran. Boy, it was.
So the Bulldogs here, John, trying to mount a drive here. Still 2 minutes left. And remember, it was just 250 left when they got the ball. And so trying to mount a drive, aided by a couple of penalties here. So with 2:04 left to go in the half, the Bulldogs will have the ball at midfield, a first down.
15 yards on the
on the pass interference.
Yep. Again, it's not a spot foul.
So that is from the line of scrimmage, 15 and a first down, right?
Yep. So a guy's going into the end zone. I'm going to pass interference on him because guess what? Goes back to the line of scrimmage, not the spot.
Yeah. Good point.
Now Don James pointed that out.
Yeah. So coming on, going deep, a little bit high, and it's going to be picked off.
No.
Canale couldn't bring it in, and
Jacoby,
intercepted by, I believe that was number 9, Ambrose Marsh. So Ambrose Marsh with the interception. Pass was just a little bit high, and Raleigh Canale could not pull it in. So the Bulldogs turn it over with 2:03 left to go in the first half here, John.
It seems, I would warrant not throwing the ball in the middle. It looks like they have an advantage on the outside. They're running outs. They're running quick outs.
Yeah.
They use their quickness and their speed. I'd force feed that outside pass attack instead of trying to go over the middle.
No, good point. So the Crusaders take over 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
They got triple right.
And looking to the right, and receivers there in the gap.
Yep.
And it's going to be a complete and a first down, almost out to midfield. Again, trying to make out the number, and I apologize. We'll get it to you when we can. I think that is, and now a late flag.
Unsportsmanlike?
Yeah, I believe that was Jaden Reyes. Jaden Reyes.
Yeah.
I believe with the catch, and unsportsmanlike on a Garfield player. So it was after the play, John, and apparently something the player was saying, because there was a Garfield player, I didn't catch the number, running back. He was in the backfield and made a comment to Eastside Catholic player, and he was flagged for unsportsmanlike.
Why?
Good question. Why? That is the question. Dude, the play's over. So the referees are at the 40-yard line, 3 of the 5, and conferring now. They come out of the huddle. Let's see what they.
Why?
So it looks like likely taking down the number of the player. Yeah, now one of the officials coming over to talk to the Garfield coaching staff and let them know.
No, that's red. Yeah, he's talking to the head coach. But that just kills you.
Yeah.
You know?
So now that the game was out to about the 48-yard line, now they'll tack on 15. And John, you got a minute 55 left to play. You had them down, almost 70 yards away, and now the ball. Eastside Catholic has it at the Garfield 38-yard line with a minute 55 left to go, and a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yep, the potential to score keeps going up as closer you get to the 20.
So Brady McAleer looking to his right, the screen, and it's red. Oh, but tackle's broken, and. Actually, still on his feet. I can't see the number. He's still on his feet. Just spins. He's to the 20. Oh, what a great job. That is number 3, Andrew.
Yeah.
Martirano. Martirano was hit, and he was popped by Tyshawn Rain. But, John, again, you got to wrap up. And Tyshawn Rain would have been stopped for a loss. Instead, it's a huge game down to the 20-yard line. A minute 35 left to go. And hold on. We've got the teams are lined up, but referees conferring, and now they're coming over to the Garfield side. And
I know she's probably saying, "We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right."
So I'm trying to.
Sideline.
Okay, so I think a penalty on the Bulldogs from the sideline. Is it?
Yeah, it looks like it did this.
Okay, so I think they were saying to the Garfield sideline they needed to move back, maybe. Yeah. So it's a 5-yard penalty. So the ball goes down to the 15-yard line now. A minute 27, and the clock is running. Quarterback Brady McAleer looking to his right. He's got 2 receivers, 2 to his left. I believe the lone back is Chase Hamden.
I didn't know they were
pass.
And look, he's got a receiver in the corner. He's wide open. The catch, but no, out of bounds.
Yeah. He ran out of real estate down there in the corner. They were chasing him though. He was
Yeah. The receiver was open. I'm trying to see the number. He got behind the defense.
Yep.
And I believe that was number 20
Yeah, let me
ish. Conhue Comway.
You did the C Prep Garfield game last year. Remember the kid that stepped over?
Ish.
Yeah, number 20.
Conhue Comway, and he.
Boy, it's hard to read those jerseys.
Yeah, it really is. I'm glad you got those binoculars. Thank you.
I'm looking for his helmet, man.
So second down, the handoff.
Late handoff.
Hamden to the right side, cuts in,
nice
got
hit.
some room, picks up maybe 5. He stays in bounds, so the clock is still moving, John. 104, 103, 102. And Eastside Catholic rushing the line up.
Are they out of timeouts?
I don't think so. I don't recall them calling all 3.
It was
maybe.
a 3.5, right?
Yeah. But they didn't want to use one there.
Oh no, that was.
So the pass over the middle and hit. Almost intercepted.
He had it in his hand.
Yeah, that was Troy Vigea. And I've got a guard. No, this Eastside Catholic player down.
Yeah.
It's totally a game.
And we will see who that is in a minute. Doesn't look like it's too serious. Getting up on his own. Well, on a knee now. So doesn't look like it's anything too serious. Nope, it's not. On his feet, the Eastside Catholic player, and I apologize, can't make out the number.
I can't. His helmet is covered.
Looks like he's holding the right arm, but okay, got up pretty
Number
quickly
20,
and walking
number
out.
80. Oh, man,
Yeah.
took
They
his
just took the
helmet off.
helmet off.
Took his helmet off.
We apologize.
There you go.
These
He's good.
and between us, the eyes of what 100-something years old, 100 plus. John, we're up in the 120s.
Oh yeah, I have to say that.
I'm sorry, I'm telling our age, aren't I? All right.
Well, people are gonna guess I'm closer to 100 than you are. So
Well, I said combined, man. Come on.
yeah, but let's be honest.
Not
I am closer.
120, 130 between us now. Okay, and so that will make it 4th down.
Yeah.
And the Crusaders going for the field goal. The holder is on the 18-yard line, so this will be a 28-yard field goal attempt. And again, John, the bonehead play, and the kick is up, and
It's good.
it is good. So with 35 seconds left to go in the half, the Crusaders on the board once again with the field goal, and they take a 16-0 lead over the Bulldogs.
So if you eliminate some of the misplays, some of the penalties, this game is literally very close.
The Superman
But
kid, I called a penalty. And
Yeah, and I mean, the Bulldogs, and again, if you're Coach Reggie Witherspoon, John, what are you telling your team when you go into the locker room?
I don't care if we go. We may talk offense, we may talk defense, we may talk special teams. But the number one thing I'm gonna tell you is keep your head in the dang game.
Yep. Don't make the bonehead plays and penalties, because that a bonehead play just again, players
gave them
done,
an advantage.
Yeah, gave them a 15-yard advantage. Now they got a field goal. They got 3 more points.
And you think of the key play. We made mistakes, but we made it even worse because of the penalties that we committed. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right. Again, after the ball, after it's dead ball foul, and you're making comments, talking, whatever, and the referee calls it. And similar to the NFL, the NFL is tightening up on the taunting and what have you, and so you just got to keep your mouth shut and play the game. And kick is down on the ground. It's going to be fielded. It goes past Jacoby Cochran Jr. He gets it, cuts up, and breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Jacoby Cochran Jr. out past the 40. He's at 0 on his feet, out to about the 43-yard line. Jacoby Cochran Jr.
Man, he's one
my goodness.
One tackle away from breaking it, man. That was amazing.
And I tell you what, that kid, we had him on a couple of weeks ago, and Coach Witherspoon said he's a great teammate and a great kid, even more so than a great player. So Jacoby Cochran Jr. returns it out to the 43-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over with 26 seconds left to play in the first half, trailing 16-0. So quarterback E.J. Camignon. And he's in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the short side of the field. His right looking that way.
Good
gets
snap.
the block.
Good block.
And he's got a receiver on the sideline, and that's Jacoby Cochran Jr. crossing midfield. It's caught and out of bounds. So good good play there, John,
Yeah,
and using the sideline, getting out of bounds.
Well, you got some good blocking on that
Yeah,
corner over
yeah,
there.
and sealing off
Yeah.
the side there was the
Exactly.
running back. A great job, and that was Rainier Hampton. So we got a referee's timeout.
Guys hurt out there.
Eastside Catholic player down on the field. Looks like he maybe a cramp or stretching the back some, John. He's on his knees.
Yeah.
At least Garfield.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to get some spotters here. We've got some young eyes over here with Vanessa and with Lourdes. We're gonna have you guys make out those numbers. We can't see those numbers.
Well, I keep looking at the helmet, but guess what? The number is only on the right side of the helmet.
On what side? So you can,
the EC is on the other side.
Yeah. All right. And in the background there, you hear the Garfield Bulldog Band, always psyching up the crowd. And I tell you, the guy we miss, John, you remember Rick. Rick used to be there, lead the band.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
Rick, hit the door. You got to go.
Yep.
Rick unfortunately passed away, but
what a great guy.
Yeah, some great memories and great experiences here at Garfield High School for the Bulldogs.
Tripled up right. Let's see what happens.
Coming on, Rush is coming in. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked, and that is number 17, Nico Orsino again. Nico Orsino with the sack.
Number 17, right.
Back on the Bulldog side of midfield, back to the 47-yard line. So the Bulldogs use a timeout. 16 or 14 seconds left to play here in the first half. They trail it 16-0.
Well, you got to go. You got to go straight up vertical on these.
Yeah, and John, you've got to get him, rolling out. You've got to make.
Yeah, you can't send him. You can't send him.
There's so much pressure coming up the middle.
Right.
Garfield's just having a tough time stopping. Yep. Or you bring in, another back, and you have your two backs, and your job is you're not in the we're not passing to you. You're there to block.
That's right. There's no A and B divide on this one.
Right.
You're blocking.
Yeah. So
A and B divide is one back's A, the other back's B, and they divide to run outside to get a pass. No, you're staying in the pocket. Block.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember Scott Garnett for the Huskies.
Big Scott.
Big Scott Garnett. Well, Scott Garnett at the time for the Huskies, I believe he bench pressed over 500 pounds. I want to say he was like our big guy. And I'll never forget in practice one day, we ran like the sprint draw series. He busted through the line. I barely, did the fake, and he literally, I just got in his way. He ran me over, and now Roberts, great job. Man, he just ran me over. He said, well, he didn't get to the quarterback, did he? So EJ now with the four receivers to his right, the short side of the field, looking that way, now looking to the left. He's got some pressure. He's scrambling, gets rid of it. And Rainier Hampton can't hold on to it. Rayon was running before he got it, John. He got it, was spinning in the inside.
But that's good because he wouldn't have been able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
He was spinning the wrong way. In that. But, again, he's thinking, I got to get in the end zone, not get out of bounds. So 8 seconds left to go. Third down. Check that. Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
Just go for it.
On their 47-yard line.
They're running two high safeties. They're running two.
And the flag, and I believe that's going to be delay a game.
Why? What? Well, hold on. How can that be? They just set the ball.
Let's see. Hold on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Watch. I told you. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay, so there's some jawing going on, and the referees are not having it.
You're killing yourself. You're hurting yourself, Garfield. And then you know what that does? That also encourages the other team to say, hey, we got them. We got inside their head.
Yeah, exactly. We're in their heads, and let's keep it up. So that's going to go back to the 32-yard line. 8 seconds left to go. And that changes Coach Witherspoon's strategy, brings out his kicker, Marcus Merkelbach. Merkelbach, the Rainier Avenue Radio Player of the Week last week. Garfield's win against Ballard. Will line up at his 19-yard line with the orange and black shoes, the fluorescent orange.
Yeah.
And I get it, you're a kicker and the soccer shoes, but hey, our colors are purple and white, baby.
Yeah. Well, he's getting ready for Halloween.
Oh, man,
orange,
I tell you, back in the day, John,
I
tell you.
I know.
All right, so the Bulldogs.
Back in the day, you couldn't leave your shirt out of your pants.
No.
Like these guys.
Yeah,
I know. That don't go. Your jersey's got to be tucked in.
So Garfield's going to call a timeout. They're having some confusion there on the line and trying to make sure, John, that they were picking up all of the rushers.
Yeah.
And so they call a timeout and probably a wise use of a timeout. You want to make sure that nobody's going to get there and block that kick because your kicker's standing on the 19-yard line. So if you just joined us, I'm Rick Dupree along with John Yasutake, as Tony calls him, Jay Yeezy. And we're going to try to throw it down to Tony B on the sideline if we can get him, or if he can get Coach Witherspoon, I should say, going into the locker room. And we hope we're able to bring that to you. But right now, 8 seconds left to go in the first half. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield by a score of 16-0.
Yeah, you want a sandwich or anything? We got some food if you want a sandwich. Do
you want to use mine? Yeah.
Are you on the program?
I'm not.
All right, we are back in action. Marcus Merkelbach gets the snap. It's a good snap. He gets the kickoff. It's blocked. He got it off, but it was a low kick, and it was blocked by an Eastside Catholic player. And that's going to do it for the first half.
That was a very fortunate timing.
Yeah, it really was. And Eastside Catholic kind of let the ball. Someone should have jumped on it if they want to get an offensive play. But the clock ran out. So that is the end of the first half here at Memorial Stadium. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield by a score of 16-0. And the Crusaders will get the second half kickoff. So it'll be interesting to see, John. And I'm going to keep an eye on Tony B. If he's able to grab Reggie Witherspoon, we'll throw it to him real quickly. But while we're waiting, your Coach Witherspoon, what do you tell your team trailing 16-0 in the locker room?
It's going to be right down there, like in between the 10 and 20.
All right, Pat.
I'll give you like a.
So that is the question. And I tell you, John, if you're Coach Witherspoon, what do you tell your team trailing 16-0 at the half?
Like I said, forget offense, forget defense, forget special teams. Get your heads in the dang game. And, hey, all these stupid penalties just give that other team the momentum, and they're in your head.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you got to deal with.
Yeah, and Coach Witherspoon now talking to the head official and one other referee, Coach Witherspoon and one other assistant coach for Garfield. So, I think they're probably, asking about those unsportsmanlike calls because, again, those were dead ball fouls. And just trying to find out, okay, what's going on. And believe you me, Coach Witherspoon will be in the ear. It is a 16-0 deficit here.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's more important. I bring you to the sideline and tell you, hold it. No, that's not what we want. That's not what we need.
That's what they call the teachable moments. Yeah. You got to learn that. You got to understand that those are mistakes that you can't make.
Right. like I said, you get your lick in, and that makes you feel good. But guess what? You penalize your team.
Right,
And
right. The team suffers for it.
Yep. So we'll see. But
so again, it is halftime here at Memorial Stadium. Rick Dupree along with Jay Yeezy, John Yasataki, and the Garfield Bulldogs, Eastside Catholic Crusaders. Crusaders leading it, John, 16-0.
And this game is actually closer.
Yeah, it's closer than the score would indicate.
Exactly.
It's been for the most part, other than the plays we're talking about, some of the bonehead, dead ball fouls. It is a well-played game.
Right.
And the Bulldogs trying to get back into it. And Coach Witherspoon still conferring with his staff. And they haven't addressed their team yet.
Yep. And there's from a coaching standpoint, they've got to do something about the snaps. They got to do something about the snapping. I mean, the center quarterback exchange.
Yeah, no doubt.
The most fundamental part of any play that starts on offense is the quarterback.
You got to have
exchange.
That exchange, yeah. Yeah, you got to get the ball.
Yep. Either take it underneath the center or make sure you get that snap right here to the quarterback.
And
not here, not there.
And it looks like Tony is going to get Coach Witherspoon. Hold on 1 second. And Coach Witherspoon talking to Pat McCarthy. Okay, and we're going to throw it, Tony.
Witherspoon, you're down 16-0 at the half. What did you see happening out there? You were having problems with, or something that can be fixed?
This is a bunch of self-wounds. Credit though to the Eastside. They're bringing a lot of pressure. We got to pick it up. They're bringing pressure that we practice all week long, so it's not like something we haven't seen yet. We just have to execute, take one down at a time, slow game down, so we can play physically fast.
Really
and I think we're going to get back to run the ball in the second half, and we got to test our guys up front against the guys up front. That's what it is.
Got some good playmakers on your team. What do you want to see happen from your team in the second?
Rally around each other, play together, do what got us here, play with energy, been physical. Defense has been playing really good. Gave up a couple long plays. Even the last one was 3rd and 5, and we had him for a tackle for a loss, and then busted play. He runs down the sideline. So things like that we can't allow it to happen because it puts us back into our own territory. So we'll fix that stuff at halftime for sure.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Thank you.
All right, Tony B.
Rick,
thank you, sir.
From Coach Witherspoon, they're going to play faster. They've got some playmakers on the team. They'll look to get the ball to them. Back to you, Rick.
Okay, thank you, Tony. And yes, Coach Witherspoon said they've got to cut down on those mistakes. So we are at halftime here. Garfield and Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders leading by a score of 16-0 earlier today. And you heard it right here and saw it on Rainier Avenue Radio. Game number 1, Rainier Beach, a 20-7 winner over the Ballard Beavers. And so just to really quickly to kind of recap the scoring, Garfield received it. And, on a 4th down was stopped short. And so Eastside took over on the positive side of the field and took it all the way down. And Chase Hamden ran it in for a 2-yard touchdown. The extra point was no good. That gave the Crusaders a 6-0 lead. And then on just a crazy play, EJ Camignon, the quarterback for Garfield, back to pass, and he took a shot from the backside, and the ball came out, and Samuel Burrows picked it up, and he ran 50-plus yards for the touchdown, the fumble return for the touchdown to give the Crusaders a 13-0 lead, and then late in the second quarter, late in the half, with only 35 seconds left to play, the field goal by the Crusaders, 28-yard field goal, and that gave the Crusaders, that was by kicker Adam Jacobs, and that gave the Crusaders, where we are now, a 16-0 lead here at Memorial Stadium. And also want to remind you that you can listen to Metro Sports Weekly every Thursday night right here on Rainier Avenue Radio from 7 to 8 o'clock with Executive Director of the Seattle Public Schools Athletic Office, Pat McCarthy. And I believe I'm going to turn it over to Tony. And Tony and Pat will talk here just for a moment. And then I will be back to bring you the second half action here in just a moment. And Tony, it's going to be me doing the interview or you? I'm doing the interview. So, Pat,
Right on,
how you
Rick.
doing? Hold on. I'm
Good.
going to turn you on. I'm not hearing Pat.
Check. I got you.
Okay, I got you now. So, Pat, again, another exciting doubleheader here at Memorial Stadium. You guys just week in and week out bringing some great games.
Boy, it sure has been a great couple games so far, right?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And good crowds, right?
Yeah, really has.
Yeah.
For the second week in a row, just a really nice crowd, and it's got to be a good feeling for you guys starting to see the fans coming back to these games here and how well played the games are.
That's the piece that I'm really proud of is that the kids on the field are getting it done, and they're playing great football, very competitive games. So that's what I'm excited about, and I'm glad that people can enjoy it.
Yeah. Now, I saw, and I'm not sure if you know, Coach Witherspoon was talking to the officials at halftime there, and I'm not sure. There were a couple of dead ball fouls called on his team. So I'm not sure if you can shed any light for our viewers as to what was going on there and what they're trying to get worked out.
Yeah, I'm not privy to that. I know I just checked in with Coach Spoon just to make sure everything was okay, and he's okay. He's focusing on his team right now.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. And as you said, Tony B talked to him. He said, we just got to cut down the silly mistakes, stupid mistakes. But this is a good game. Eastside Catholic, obviously, ranked number 3 and one of the top teams, one of the top programs in the state. And Garfield up and coming. And, again, just a very well played first half.
Yeah, you can see both teams are putting together some drives. You can see that the kids are executing what the coaches are trying to teach them. And that's what's great.
Yeah.
So, hopefully Garfield can catch a couple breaks. That first half, it's always inches, right? Where, a ball could be caught where it's not caught, and it just could be a great difference in this game. But, who knows what the second half has in store for us.
That's what I say. You play 2 halves.
That's right.
So tell our listeners and our viewers what's coming up here over the next several weeks and as we go into playoffs and what have you, kind of what's the future holding over the next several weeks for the Metro League? Yeah,
so we're still in league play for the next maybe 3 weeks or so, and then we move into postseason for all of our programs. So whether it's cross country, swimming, football. So we got another 3-4 weeks in regular season play. Then we move into postseason where all of our programs get to compete and have an avenue to state championships, and that's always their goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's got to be so gratifying. I know certainly, you mentioned this earlier, getting the kids back out on the field. You guys did a great job, Pat, and I want to just, again, commend you in the spring, especially with still obviously all of the COVID protocols in place now, but even more so in the spring, and to get these kids out and playing in the spring, and now to have their full season and competing for, playoffs and state and what have you. It's got to be awfully satisfying for you all.
Right. In last spring, we were able to put together a season for them. It wasn't in the normal time frame that the football season was occurring, but we were able to put together a pretty good opportunity for kids to play football and to have some type of a playoff experience just within our own league. And as you know, that's a pretty competitive. Pretty competitive postseason that we had last year. But this year now we've got a regular season and we're moving into a more normal postseason where there's a state championship at the end of the line, and hopefully some of our programs can get there.
So you talked about the other sports that you have going on in the fall. You've got the cross country and what else is going on?
We got girls soccer. We've got girls swimming, cross country. So that those are some of the things that we got going on. Golf's going on too. Golf is a sport that we in a league that we do in the fall because of the weather and courses and stuff. But the state championship for golf is in the spring, so they'll pick it back up in the spring and finish it out. So.
Okay. Yeah, and we see in football, basketball gets the lion's share of the coverage and the news and what have you, but some great programs and a lot of great activities going on for kids in these other sports as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick, as powerful as our teams are in football and basketball, we're just as strong in those other sports. So we've got athletes that are working just as hard in the other sports and seeing the same kind of results and so forth in their sports.
talking with Pat McCarthy from the athletic office. And you can hear Pat every Thursday night right here on Rainier Avenue Radio with Mazvita.
And sometimes you.
And sometimes me filled in. We had a good time there.
That was fun.
Thursday night, Thursday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock. You can hear it right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And
we're going to announce player of the game, right?
Yes, well, we will. We'll do our player of the week.
Player of the week,
and we'll So what we do, and for our listeners, just so you know, and big thank you to Emerald City Fish and Chips for sponsoring the player of the week. And so, based on the games that we cover, so this week it'll be between the Rainier Beach and Ballard game, and this game here between Garfield and Eastside Catholic. And we each disclose, or I shouldn't say disclose. We send our votes in confidentially, and then the selection committee, takes a look at it, and we have a player of the week that is selected. And so last week was Garfield kicker. Why am I drawing a blank on Marcus Merkelbach, and he was the player of the week. And the week before that was Jacoby Cochran Jr. from Garfield. And so I said, okay, we got to stop covering Garfield. We just can't, but they've had up to this point, 4-0 start, and just an exciting start to their season.
Yeah, and if listeners can tune in, they're great interviews. Those kids are great to talk to and so forth. So if you get a chance to tune in and stuff, they're really fun to listen to.
Yeah, they really are. You and Maz did a great job this week. You also had on the Garfield cheer squad and got a chance to hear how active they are and what have you. So anyway. Yeah, we should have got fans walking by. Anyway, but you guys did a great job in talking with the Garfield cheer squad, and they have competitions and activities as well. So that was really cool to hear about.
Aren't they amazing?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, I can tell you. So I have a little experience in my past working with cheer programs, and that national, being able to get on a national a level and qualify to go to Hawaii. That's an accomplishment. That's big time. So
congratulations to Garfield and what have you. Well, again, that is Pat McCarthy. I'm Rick Dupree. Again, you can hear Pat every Thursday night right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, Metro Sports Weekly with Mazavita Mariare.
All right,
I hope I'm saying it right. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it. Okay. And so we are at halftime here. We've got about a minute or so left, and Eastside Catholic will receive. Coming here in the second half. They kicked it off in the first half. And so the Bulldogs will be kicking, trailing 16-0. And as Pat said, and as we've talked about, much closer game than the score. And for Garfield, from their standpoint, need to cut down on the mental mistakes that they've been making. And that's going to be really important for them as we go into the second half. And so with that said, okay, we got a couple minutes left. I'm going to throw it over to Tony B, and I'm going to rest the voice, get some hot tea for a minute. We got a couple minutes before this second half kickoff. Tony?
All right, Rick. Welcome to everyone listening here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. A number of things going on at the radio station all of the time. If you're just tuning in and seeing Rainier Avenue Radio.world for the first time, let me tell you about who we are. We're a community radio station. That's what we do. We broadcast in the interest of South Seattle and surrounding communities. We have over 80 shows that are produced by members of our community. Now, within those 80 shows, you'll hear talk shows. Part of the discussion that you may hear may be critical issues. They may be political issues. They may be weird to some people, and some things may be funny. But it's what our community wants to say and what they have to say. You'll also hear entertainment talk and interviews by artists, both locally and nationally. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, we'll be covering the Earshot Jazz Festival, which will be here. The Earshot Jazz Festival, this is the preeminent jazz festival in the city of Seattle. Performers from all over the world performing in venues all over Seattle and actually all over the state. So that begins October, I think, 6th or 7th and goes through November 7th. We'll definitely get you more information on that. And, of course, we play music. All types of music. You name the music, you'll hear it on Rainier Avenue Radio. Then we also, as you can see, broadcast high school sports. We have a number of different sports talk shows as well. And you're going to get it on Rainier Avenue Radio like you haven't heard it anywhere else. We have incredible alternative language programming. You'll hear shows in Fijian and Vietnamese, in Tagalog, in Spanish, and Aromo. We do it all. We support the community in that way. We've also got an incredible internship program. We offer what's called the Creative Arts Digital Media Academy. So for those of you who are in high school right now, we teach everything from communications and journalism to app design, web design, of course, film, photography, and broadcast. And our internship program is just phenomenal. On the camera right now is Lourdes, who's a junior in high school, and then kind of helping out everywhere. First day as an intern is Vanessa, senior. If you're interested in our internship program, you can contact Taylor Corrine Benton at Rainier Avenue, or Taylor Corrine Benton at gmail.com. We're about to start the second half. And so I'm going to have to interrupt that hot tea. I know he's ready to go and bring you the second half. Mr.
Yes,
Rick Dupree and Jay Yeezy.
Thank you, Tony B. Thank you, Marcus Merkelbach, lining his team up. Ball's on the 40-yard line, and he is ready to kick it off. And we are underway, and it is a booming kick into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And I tell you what, that is a game changer, and why he was named our player of the week last week. So the Eastside Catholic Crusaders will start out the second half with the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And they lead it 16-0.
Hey, Garfield gets a couple scores. It will come down to probably special teams and who can kick the ball on the last second field goal or extra point.
We talked about that first missed extra point, and will that loom large at some point? So far it has not, but we shall see.
Yep. Right, you remember, like we said, offense brings the fans, defense wins the game, kicking team or special teams wins the championships. Yep, Don James.
Brady McLear, and you've got number 83 in the motion in the pitch out. And
that's not enough speed out there.
Rays. Rays, he's knocked down. The ball's loose.
Garfield got it.
Bulldogs are saying they have it. Let's see what the call is.
Dogs have it. Bulldogs have it.
And I'm waiting on the referee.
Yep, it's a change of possession.
And the Bulldogs have it. Oh, a big hit on the sideline there. It was an end around to number 83, Jaden Rays, and Rays took a shot.
Yep.
And the ball was out, and the Bulldogs are going to take over 1st and 10 on the Eastside Catholic 13-yard line. That's the way to start off the second half, John. What a defensive play.
He couldn't even get out of the backfield. He was hit, and then he got hit again, and that's when he dropped the ball. Yeah, they sealed that corner.
So the Bulldogs come out 1st and 10 on the Eastside Catholic 13-yard line. John, you've talked about percentages, higher percentage, and right now there's a high percentage area where Garfield likely
will score.
Based on percentage, will score. So under center is E.J. coming in, the handoff, Jimmy Miller up the middle, and tell you what, Garfield going back to the bread and butter that got him the 4-0 start. And Jimmy Miller takes it all the way down to
the 2?
It's about the 7-yard line.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so 8-yard pickup. Miller again behind that offensive line. He's going to be across the 5.
He's close. He's going to be close to the first down. It looks like it'd be a yard.
He's got the first down, I believe.
It's be first and goal.
1st and goal. They moved the chains. Referees talking about. And I tell you what, I don't know what Coach Witherspoon said to his team at the half, but 3 plays in, Garfield's knocking on the door.
And we said, hey, boy, you're going to walk home tonight.
Rick, I don't know what he said, but what I saw in his eyes.
E.J. Carmignon, hands off, Jimmy Miller again.
Touchdown,
Bulldogs.
That hole was huge.
Oh, I tell you what, and big Jimmy Miller.
Yep, he's big. He runs hard. Tony, you could have ran through that hole.
Well, I'll tell you what, after Coach Witherspoon would have got finished talking to me, I probably could.
I'm going to tell you both something right now. I'm at an age, and I told my wife this the other day. I said, I ain't got no explosive moves left in this body. I tell you what, if the house is on fire and I got to move quickly, I might be in trouble.
You mean we can't give you Geritol intravenously?
Man, it ain't gonna do no good.
Right.
It's been a few years. I'm too light. I can't
Yeah.
fight. I'm too thin.
Yeah,
I can't win.
Hey,
That's it. Extra point is up, and it is good.
great. I mean, you see how high that golf ball got off his
yeah.
foot? This kid is a Division I kicker.
Yeah,
Just
no
looking
doubt.
at the way he lifts that ball out of there. You know, that's the secret. You got to lift the ball up and
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
it forward.
And no kicker, and although he handles the punting duties for the Bulldogs, that is not his area of strength.
No.
Kicker, place kicking,
Yep.
is. And I believe he said when he was on Metro Sports Weekly,
Yeah.
said that he's his long in a game is 40+ yards. So Marcus Merkelbach can
Yep.
get that. So that play or that score, I should say, was set up by the fumble, the big hit and fumble. It was an end around to Jaden Ray's of Eastside Catholic, and I didn't catch the number of the Garfield players.
I didn't see it either,
But
but actually it began with the kickoff because it put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Good point.
Put the ball in the no return. Got the ball at the 20, and they got the return. They got the turnover. No, good point, Rick.
So they recovered that fumble at the 13-yard line, and 3 plays later, Jimmy Miller does all the work, takes it the
Look
entire
at
13
Look
yards,
at that kick.
and the kick well into the end zone, about 5 yards deep, and bounces out of the end zone. Marcus Merkelbach, I tell you, we keep saying his name, but he is a weapon.
Yep.
You know, Rick, I do want to take this time to say thank you to our sponsor, Earshot Jazz Festival, which will be going about 30 days and have performances in venues all around King County, really. And so if you're a fan of jazz, it's back this year, both as a physical form and then also a hybrid form. It'll be available to see on various streaming channels as well. So big shout out to Earshot Jazz Festival.
Yeah. And Tony, I tell you, with the pandemic, and one of the positive things we've taken away is the ability to utilize virtual tools, and so allowing people to see and hear a lot more things. The handoff up the middle, big hole, and he's got some room, and I believe that's Hamden. Hamden across the 40. He's still on his feet and finally knocked down at the 42-yard line, a pickup of about 22 yards. Oh,
straight handoff up the gut.
Yep, and a quick hitter, and Chase Hamden. He hit that hole like a rocket.
Yep.
And 22-yard pickup out to the 42-yard line for the Crusaders. Hamden again. This time he finds room again on the left side, right side, I should say. And he's across midfield.
And he dropped the ball.
Fumble.
He fumbled the ball.
And the Bulldogs have it.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. After a great pickup by Hamden.
I saw it coming.
The ball at the end.
He was carrying it like this, and the Bulldog came and hit him from the backside.
And so another turnover.
Yep.
The Bulldogs defense coming up big here in half number 2 so far. So the Bulldogs will have it on their own 40-yard line.
They need to call time. They're running out of time.
Well, that's going to be a delay of game. Yeah. Unless, there's a play. So what happened is that once the ball is spotted, then the play clock, the 25-second play clock goes, and Garfield offense didn't even start going out until there's 3 seconds left on it.
That's the coach's responsibility.
Yeah,
there should be a coach watching down and distance and time, and that should not have ever happened. Not when you get an exchange on the turnover like that.
Yeah. I mean, a big play there, the turnover. Now you shoot yourselves in the foot, and you have it 1st and 15. So they go with the powerhouse and E.J. Camignon, he bobbled the snap. He was under center, bobbled the snap, but the Garfield at the in the
bouncing
full house. He just it looked like he took the snap, John spun and just bobbled the ball. But he was able to recover it and keep possession. But he loses 6 yards on the play. So now it goes back to the 29-yard line, and that's going to make it 2nd and 21.
21 yards to go.
What I was going to say, they were lined up in kind of the power backfield there with the power eye.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, same thing. 3 backs in the backfield there.
Yep.
And
that's an offset eye or a wing eye or whatever you want to call it.
But to offset that big rush coming in, and that's Hampton off the right side.
Nice run. Good run.
Rayon Hampton out close to the 35-yard line to pick up about 6 yards.
Yep.
Check that. Yeah, that was Rayon Hampton.
Yep.
Ray Hampton with the.
So it's about 16 or 17 to go. 3rd and 16 to 17.
We'll call it a short 16. Yeah, it's almost there to the 35-yard line. In between the 34 and 35.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yep, pretty good.
All right. So the Bulldogs 3rd, and we're calling it a short 16.
Yep.
And the center took the ball and then moved the ball up a little bit.
yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you got motion. Oh, boy. Let's see what happens.
And EJ with pressure running out as a receiver on the sideline. That's number 12, Armani. And Armani takes it out to about the 40. Nope, they're going to spot it at the 39-yard line. So this is going to be a punt.
Yeah.
4th and 11 to go. The Bulldogs on their own 39-yard line. So unfortunately not able to take advantage of the turnover.
Yeah. That penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got 2
delay,
penalties.
Delay a game,
and then the sack or the bobble. The bobble.
Yep.
So you lose 2 plays there, really. Low snap. Merkelbach gets it, and the kick. It's a low line drive, fielded at the 38-yard line, and busting through on some room.
That's a clip.
That is Drew Sandestead. He's got some room. And he's down inside the 30, but a flag.
Blocking the back.
Yeah, there's a couple. Oh, there's about 4 flags. There's a lot of laundry on the field there. So Drew Sanadad with the fine return.
Yep.
But it's all for naught. It's coming back. And the legendary hang time, Lamar Hurd on the PA announcing here at Memorial Stadium. And I just heard him say 4 penalty flags on the field. That is right, hang time. If you remember, Lamar Hurd, a class of 1980, and some state championships in basketball and track, and then went on, had a fine career at the University of Oregon.
U of O. And his dad was a longtime educator, Mr. Hurd,
His mom as well, I believe. Yeah. His mom, I think, taught out at Roosevelt.
Yep.
Yeah, because my wife Sandra had her. So that fine return by Drew Sanadad comes back, and they still haven't marked off the yards yet. So I'm not sure
it's going
Eastside
now.
Catholic going back. Yeah.
Here they
so it
go.
looks like the spot of the foul is about the 40, so it's going to go back to the 30, I believe. And that's about where they're going to spot the ball. So Eastside Catholic with 8:46 left to go in the 3rd quarter, leading 16-7 over the Bulldogs. Will take over 1st and 10, their 2nd offensive possession here on the, or actually the 3rd offensive possession. Excuse me, 2 fumbles.
2 fumbles
on the 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs' defense has come up big so far here in the 3rd quarter, and giving the offense great opportunities, and the offense taking advantage of one of those, John.
I'm Eastside Catholic. I'm going to play it straight off the vest.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy, nothing risky. Let's try to control the game as much as we can.
And you've got a 9-point lead, and so I mean, don't shut it down, but I mean, take your time.
You got to protect it. You gave up 2 fumbles.
Yeah. And unfortunately, only 1 score with those 2 turnovers.
Yeah. I told you it's going to be safe. He's playing it
safe.
safe.
And Brady McAleer was kind of faked the handoff and then scrambled out to his left side, and he's going to be stopped for about a 3-yard loss back to the 27-yard line. Check that 4 yards to the 26-yard line. So to make it 2nd and 14, 8:10 left to play here in the 3rd quarter with Eastside Catholic leading Garfield 16-7.
I'd be surprised if they throw anything on this unless it's short pass. I don't think they're going to go up top. I don't think.
And McAleer the handoff.
Oh, he fumbled the ball
again. Oh! Scramble for McAleer was on it. Boy, I tell you what, Brady McAleer heads up play there. So he handed it off to Chase Hamden.
Yep.
And it looks like maybe just a bad exchange because Hamden just wasn't able
to. No, he didn't have the ball.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to pull it in.
No, he couldn't get the ball in. there's something going on with that. That's now it's in their head.
Now, yeah, good point. So it's going to make it third and about 16. The ball's on the 24-yard line. They got to go get all the way up to the 40.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they go real far out.
Now clear the pass on the sideline to the receiver, and he is
safe pass.
Tackled out of bounds by Jacoby Cochran Jr. at about the 35-yard line. So that's going to make it 4th and 5.
What you're hoping is that the guy gets the pass, guy falls down, he runs up the sideline.
You get something there.
He gets something more, even the touchdown. But no, that's a safe pass. It's on the out, and only person get is your receiver.
So the Crusaders back to kick, number 86, the punter Carson Russell, a senior.
Now Garfield should get a plus advantage on this exchange.
Yeah,
if they get any kind of ball to field.
Jacoby Cochran Jr. all the way back on his 27. The punter's on the 20-yard line.
Oh,
he's
bad
expecting
snap.
a big kick. And I see why. It's a big kick. It hits down, and Garfield's got to get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Yeah. Oh, good.
So the ball hit, if you're not watching, the ball hit and then bounced up and kind of back. And, as a receiving team, you gotta know where the ball's at, because if the ball just touches you, it's live.
It's live and recover.
The kicking team can recover it.
And,
so the Bulldog.
Bad snap. That was a bad.
And actually, that was a really good job by Carson Russell to field the snap and then get off a good kick. So the Bulldogs will take over with his third possession, in the third quarter here, I should say, on the 38-yard line. 6:27 left to go. Eastside Catholic leading 16-7. Handoff to Rayon Hampton. Hampton on the left side, powering.
Good run.
And kept those legs driving. He's going to get about 4 yards out to close to the 42-yard line.
Keep pounding it in there. Have them tighten up. Have them start crowding the line of scrimmage. Then you go up top.
Yeah, good point.
You got to do one of the two. You got to force them to try to stop that run and then throw the ball.
Throw it up. And, John, it looked like he got out to about the 42, but the official then took the ball and placed it squarely on the 41.
I thought he had more yards than that.
So a 3-yard pickup for Rayon Hampton. 5:54 left to go in the third quarter. Reggie Witherspoon the third. And the ball's on the ground, and Witherspoon just gets on it. And so there was some type of mix-up there between – so Witherspoon was coming in motion, and
it looks like he's going to get it again.
Camignon was in the gun and the snap, and somehow there's just a mishandling of the ball. It was on the turf. Now they've got to get going because the play clock is now moving. It's at 20. And Camignon's got the play. 15 on the play clock. He's calling. They're getting out of the huddle with 12. They should be able to get it off. 10 seconds on the play clock.
They're bunched. You got to get it going.
Yeah, they're not. Okay, they got some confusion there. 2-1. They get it off. And low snap. Camignon, and there's going to be a penalty and probably a hold. I think the ball may be out. Let's see.
No, it looked like it was, but
that Garfield just was totally out of it. They did not. They were not in sync at all on that play, John. I mean, they were rushing to get out of the huddle, and they looks like EJ Camignon was giving some direction to his receivers, getting them on the other side, and they just were not ready for that play. And then the penalty.
What? The snap is just killing them, man. It's just.
So hold on the Bulldogs. It's going to be declined, which makes sense. It's going to make it 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down.
So the Bulldogs again 3 and out.
I'll just take mine out.
No,
so everything goes.
Mr. Merkelback, if anybody's close to you, keep your leg out there, and then they'll
run into you. Do something. So Marcus Merkelbach back at about the 12-yard line. And the snap is good. He gets the kick off.
Good kick. Oh, man.
And
nice.
Hits down and out of bounds at about 35-yard line.
35 yards, not bad. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about a 40-something yard.
Yeah. So net 40 because no return.
No return.
So that's a good play.
Yep.
4:37 left to go in the third quarter. Garfield and Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders, leading the Bulldogs 16-7.
This quarter is going by really fast.
It is, and a big blow for Garfield. Uriah Gibbons,
I see
who
that. He's
made
on
a big
crutches.
play. Yeah, he's on crutches,
on
so
crutches.
they've lost him for the game. Handoff inside, and boy, I tell you what, breaking through and across midfield in a hurry. And I believe that is Mason.
Yeah, let me see, 20.
Uribe.
Uribe.
Yeah, Uribe. Thank you.
Yeah, Mason Uribe. Yeah, that's that's that power game.
Yeah.
They're just blowing them off the
So
line.
Uribe takes it across midfield to the 49-yard line. Quarterback Brady McAleer, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left.
So now
I believe the lone back is
this
Uribe.
opens up the playbook.
Yeah, it really does. And the handoff to Uribe. Eludes a tackle in the backfield, but there, about 5 Garfield Bulldogs there. He goes nowhere.
Yep.
A loss of at least a yard, maybe 2.
Probably
They're going to
more,
spot it right around midfield. So a loss of a yard there on that play. And Eastside Catholic had nobody fooled on that play, John.
Nope. But again, because they're moving the ball on the ground a bit,
That opens,
they open the playbook.
Gives you options, yeah.
Playbook's open. They motion across. Now they're gonna do
McAleer the handoff and
big
hit coming up. Mike Montgomery.
My goodness.
Man, Mike Montgomery made Uribe pay on that one.
He hit him like he was stealing a Georgia mule.
Loss of 1 back to the 49. Will make it 3rd and 12. 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. And the Crusaders leading 16-7.
I said that for Edwin. He's from Georgia.
yeah.
I should have said government mule, but I won't say Georgia mule. It's pass.
And deep pass. Receivers there. And tell you what, tight coverage there.
Yeah.
That was Tyshawn Rain.
Ray, yeah.
And
he did a good job.
I believe, again, it's so hard to make out the numbers. I'm not sure the receiver.
I'm not even going to try.
Might have been number 8. I think it was Evan Giacob. And the ball falls incomplete, so that'll make it 4th down and 12. And the Crusaders will kick it away. Jacoby Cochran Jr. moving back inside of his 20-yard line.
No, he could change the game. This young man right here.
Carson Russell, the punter. No socks. He gets the kick. And it's a high kick. And avoiding any
But you know he's doing it. He's doing it.
Yeah, so
to avoid
yes, so you don't want, and flag down. Now you got a Garfield player, John, and see now that John, that's okay. You're upset, but you know what? And another flag thrown.
Get him out of the game.
Yeah.
Get him out of the game.
And you got it. So Garfield now, a couple players coming to their teammate and pulling him off. But again, John, you cannot lose your head, and that's exactly what you were talking about. And that's number 13, Jamaica Myers.
No, you got to go.
Yeah. And now you got a coach. Coach has Jamaica Myers all the way down by the 10-yard line.
But look what you're doing. You hurt your team.
Yeah.
You got the ball back.
And now there's gonna be at least a 15-yard penalty,
if not 30.
Yeah.
Because that's it's an unsportsmanlike and
a dead ball. Yeah. So we'll see. So the referee's there at the 44-yard line conferring, and the coach still over there with Jamaica Myers talking to him. Yeah, but again, John, those are the things you cannot let, the situation of the game, the opponent get in your head. And that's something and this is a different sport, but Michael Jordan was a master at.
Oh, yeah.
Just a master at getting inside his opponent's head.
Yeah.
And he never, ever let you see a weakness.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. And again, it's very selfish. You're trying to get something for you and not understanding it hurts the team.
Yeah, hurts the team big time. So let's see the referees now coming out of that huddle. Let's see what they call. So we got.
Let's see. It's probably going on personal foul.
Personal foul on Eastside Catholic, and then personal foul on Garfield. That's going to offset.
But then you got an unsportsmanlike, which penalizes Garfield.
Yeah,
15 yards.
So it was done.
If he wouldn't have blew up that second time, it would have been even.
Yeah. Well, now, and he may not even have the first one because it looks like, I don't know if the first personal foul was on Eastside Catholic.
It was.
So, okay, let a guy hit you. You don't have to jaw up again. It's not, you're not defending your manhood. You
Yeah, I
know,
know.
that's him making a stupid play.
Actually fall on the ground and say, oh!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You know.
oh.
So now the ball goes all the way back. They're marching off deck to the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Now inside the 20.
And you had the ball near the 40.
15.
It's a 15. Yes, that's a 15.
Good.
You had the ball near the 40 originally.
So they mark it back to the 15-yard line where the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10.
Come on.
You know, John, Vlade Divac is saying right now, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Vlade Divac.
Flop. Yeah.
Flop. Yeah, flop. Oh,
Really.
oh. I'm hurt.
So with 2:51 left to go, Eastside Catholic leading the Bulldogs of Garfield 16-7. Garfield takes over 1st and 10 on its own 15-yard line. Quarterback EJ Camignon. And thank you, John. You said you talked to, was it EJ's family member?
Well, yeah, his girlfriend's mother
Oh, his girlfriend's mother.
is a friend of my brother. It's a long story, man.
But she said the way to pronounce it is Camignon.
Camignon, right.
Camignon.
Yeah.
So Camignon, the power I with
power. Oh,
Ray Hampton. There's some movement, and
hold on.
Eastside Catholic pointing to Garfield.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see
it
what
looked
the
like
referee said.
Eastside Catholic may have jumped too at time.
Yeah, let's see what the referees now. Referees go back. Well, I tell you what, the referees are doing a lot of conferencing here, John.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting late, man. It's 10 o'clock at night,
I
man.
know.
We still got 2:51 to go in the 3rd quarter.
You know,
Offsides on
Offside,
defense.
and John, I got to tell you this. When I was on the sidelines waiting to talk to Coach Witherspoon, a ref came over to me and said, do you remember the game last year against Seattle Prep? He says, we use that game. They use our footage to judge their games.
So hand off to Ray Hampton. Hampton,
Nothing there.
Nowhere to go.
So what's these Catholic going to do? They're going to crowd the line. They're going to make sure you don't get anything upfield, right, on a run. We'll see what happens.
So split a receiver wide. Let's go one-on-one and see if you can run with my guy.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I'm going up.
Rayon Hampton, a no gain on the play, gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Again, 1st and 5, now 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs at their own 20-yard line. 2:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We are live at Memorial Stadium. Rick Dupree, John Yasutaki, Tony B, Lourdes, Vanessa. We're all here at Memorial Stadium. The Bulldogs under center. EJ Camignon, he's got pressure rolling. Now he's throwing it back the other way. Oh, that's a pass interference. And, yep, flag is out there. So the pass, he was looking for Mike Montgomery, and the defender just kind of ran through Montgomery, trying to get to the ball, knocked him down.
Ran to him like he was going for the last cupcake in the box, you know? I mean,
and what reminded me about that conversation is when y'all were talking about the unsportsmanlike conduct. What had happened in the corner of the end zone, a player scored, stepped over the other player, Allen Iverson, and they called an unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, what he said was the broadcasters were critical of that particular call, but he said it was fair.
Yeah. Okay, I guess the broadcaster was me. Well, all right. I didn't like the call.
Okay, he said they were critical. But it was fair. It was fair.
No mas. I don't know. That was interesting.
All right. So 1st down on the play.
Yep, on the play.
The Bulldogs had now the ball 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. 2 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and
they're
Eastside Catholic crowding
the line.
EJ's got a receiver on the sideline and not able to bring it in is number 3, Reggie Witherspoon III. And so it will fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 35-yard line.
That was close. Close.
Yeah. Just didn't have enough real estate there, but he wasn't able to pull it in.
Well, they're doing like you said, rolling him out.
Yeah.
Keep him away from because Eastside Cat, like you said, is crowding the line.
Yeah, they really are inside the tackles, and they are just getting that push.
Yep.
And Camignon's done a good job though of stepping up several times. But Eastside Catholic, again, I'm going to roll them out. Or again, I'm going to have 2. Okay, now they go with the full house backfield.
You better run that play. Call time.
They got to call time.
Yep. That
Well,
should
you've
not
got,
be
yeah,
happening.
yeah, and like you said, that's a coaching error. You've got to get the play into your players. They've got to get in and out of the huddle, or call it from the line
Yeah,
and run it.
exactly. You're getting in the flow. You're running and you're getting momentum, and then you have to call a timeout and stop everything.
Yeah.
Well, but it's better than getting a 5-yard penalty.
Yes, this is true. So, out of the timeout, 1:56 left to go in the third quarter. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield 16-7. The Bulldogs will have 2nd and 10 to go on their own 35-yard
And
line.
what we used to coach is we changed the way we call plays. We went to what we call base formations and give them numbers like 100, 200, 300. So we're running a 135, which means 100 formation, 3 back through the 5 hole. That takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to worry about running out of time.
Right. Well, the other thing, I mean, the technology, and this is low tech, but you've got the wristband with the plays on there
with the flip
page.
page.
You turn it over. It's waterproof. You got
Exactly.
that. You got the snap on it or whatever the case may be, and then you say play number 1. You look on there. Okay, play number 1 is student body right or whatever the case may be. But
you got to be able to move, keep the flow going.
Yeah, you really do. You can't have a delay of game and number delay of game.
That's a legal motion.
Yeah, illegal motion. Ray Hampton, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. And you know what? If I'm Eastside Catholic, again, that should be a dead ball foul. They should have stopped it.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, why did they even let it go?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Yeah. They blew the whistle though. I mean, it just.
So again, illegal motion. You had 2 guys moving at the same time. So that's going to take you back another 5 yards.
And that could be on.
Okay. So it's not a dead ball, and because Eastside Catholic, they declined it, and there was a 2-yard loss on the play. So you get 2 yards and loss of down.
So it's third down.
Yeah, when I say loss of down, in fact, that the play counted.
They took the play.
Yeah, the play counted. So 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Ball's on the 33-yard line. They've got to get out to the 45-yard line.
Here they come.
Camion's got it. He steps up and he takes a shot. And I believe that was number 17, Nico Orsino. The only way I can tell that's Nico is because that the hair sticking out the back there. I believe there's a couple players. So
they're
okay, I'm not sure who got the sack there. It may not have been Orsino. But again, back to the 29-yard line. So that'll make it 4th and about 16 to go. So the Bulldogs will kick it away. And after that first drive where they got, they had the ball, the 13-yard line, took it in. Garfield offense is kind of stalled. Good snap. The kick, low kick line drive. And it's going to bounce and keep rolling inside the 40, inside the 35. Garfield trying to fan it down. And they fan it down to the 34-yard line. So I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, but it got like that golf, shot. You want it to be up in the air,
it's
but
a plus.
It's on the green,
right? It's a plus 30-something yard kick.
Yeah,
not bad. Changes field
net
position.
30+ yards because no return.
Right, and it changed the field position, put them farther back.
So with 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the Crusaders will take over with the ball on their own 33-yard line, leading 16-7 over the Bulldogs.
They got a bunch formation.
Handoff up the middle, and
they're shutting that one down.
Stop. That's big number 55, Matua Whalen.
Well,
leading the way.
You've seen that play come at you, and they made
big
gains. Now it's time to shut it down.
That up. Yeah, you got to shore that up and shut it down. You're right. Yeah. So no gain on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 10, and I believe we have a timeout on the field.
The referee's timeout.
Yeah, a Garfield player down, and so that is number 9, Mike Montgomery, who's had some big hits. Yeah. He was on his feet, then went down to the ground. I don't know. Typically, John, that indicates a cramp, or some type of. So hopefully, there's nothing serious. It looks like he is looking at the lower leg and the calf area.
That is Montgomery, number 9.
Yeah, because he was standing up and then after the play and walking, and then went down on the turf.
Well, that when you get a cramp, it goes. It just grabs you. I know. It's just like, and it takes your breath away.
Yeah, kind of like Richard Pryor said that cramp saying, "Oh, we ain't going nowhere, boy. Sit down."
Yeah, thank you.
Everything used to talk with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. And I used to get them, and then I cramp here, and then I try to compensate, and guess what? The other leg would cramp up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
the cramp was talking to you, baby.
Oh yeah.
No, I love Richard Pryor.
Well,
that Brother's Crazy, I'll call the album.
Yeah,
although we know it had a different name, but when he talks about he had the heart attack,
Yeah.
and different. I can't remember if that was on that album or another, but
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was something special.
I don't know that there is a black home from the 70s that does not have a copy of the vinyl.
I have. No, that's right. We all did. That Brother's Crazy. That's all I'll say.
Richard Pryor.
Oh my goodness, he was a gem.
I think that album was
comedic
a
genius.
staple.
Genius. Genius. They were all geniuses. Red Fox, Nipsey Russell.
Yeah.
Pigmeat Markham. Oh my God. Mom's Maybelline.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean,
come on, you bring up some names now, some legends there.
I know.
All right, Crusaders will take over 1st and 10 on the 33, their own 33-yard line. They've got, as Kevin Calabro would say, I know this is football, not basketball, but they have the pigskin and the lead, but the pigskin is the leather. So
Yep, exactly.
I will say, as Kevin says it, the leather and the lead, and quarterback McAleer, and looking for a receiver and just throws it out of bounds, and there was a little contact away from the ball. Kind of Jamaica Myers there, who had and just knocked the player down with the ball in the air, and the ball was
going out of bounds.
Yeah. So no chance of catching another Garfield player down back at the 28-yard line. We'll check out who that is in a moment. But again, John, you talk about mental mistakes. You cannot, and at this point in the ball game, you got 1 quarter to play. You're trailing by 9 points. You cannot make mental errors.
Nope, not now. This is crucial time. This is crunch time.
Yeah, and Jamaica Myers, I'm sure Coach Witherspoon will have a discussion with him. Jamaica Myers is a junior, so again, he's not a freshman coming in and not being in this situation.
I'll take this opportunity to once again say thanks to our sponsor of this broadcast, Earshot Jazz Festival, which is going to go all the way through November 7th. I'll have an opportunity to see multiple jazz concerts from artists from all over the world, and of course artists from right here in our hometown. Check the schedule at earshotjazz.org and watch for interviews on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. As a matter of fact, our own Jay Easy will be conducting some of those interviews as well.
All right.
And so check the calendar and check that out again. Thanks to
I believe that was number 24, Mikey
24.
Watkins. So he's on his feet walking out. Tony, I also will say to take this chance to let people know about the Seattle Black Panthers Fight for Justice and Freedom, a documentary film coming out in 2022. And, I am one of the producers along with the Dixon brothers, Aaron and Elmer, the co-founders of the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party. And we will have a little teaser video that should be done. It's not going to be the official trailer, but a little teaser video because we've been working on it for about a year. And so when we get that, should be done within the next 2 to 3 weeks. We will get that link on our website as well and invite our viewers to check it out.
And your son, this is a project that you're working on with your son?
Yes, he is the director. And the ball is intercepted. Oh, it's going to go a touchdown, Garfield. Oh, the ball was tipped, and I believe that was number 9, Mike Montgomery takes it in.
That was going to be a screen pass.
Screen pass, and the pass got tipped, and it was caught in the air, and I believe that was Mike Montgomery. Is that number 9? Help me out. Or number 8.
That was number 9.
Hold on, right here. No,
there he is.
Number 8, I believe.
Number 8, I'm sorry.
Number 8, Denali Dukes, because Denali Dukes with the pick.
Yep.
And oh, my Garfield.
He's getting the whatever, the collar or whatever they put on you.
Yeah, for the score. Yeah, for a big play.
Yep. You're saying, it's a safe pass. Coach says, we do a screen here. It's a safe pass.
Right,
if it goes down the ground, it's incomplete, blah, blah, blah. And it gets tipped. Guy catches it, touchdown.
And so let me tell you what a game changer that is right there. Yeah. And Garfield's defense has they have been excellent here. The extra point is up, and it is good. And
Man, he drives
like that.
He drives that ball.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my God!
Marcus Merkelbach. And just like that, in the about a 7-second span, the Bulldogs with the tip pass, it is picked off in the air and run in the pick six by Denali. By Denali Dukes, and the Bulldogs pulled it within a couple of points, 16-14, with 21 seconds left to go
in
the third quarter.
That missed extra point by Eastside
is looming large now because Garfield has a kicker that can make a field goal.
Exactly. That kid, Michael Beck, can kick the ball.
Yes, he can. And going back to Tony B, and talking about, the Seattle Black Panthers Fight for Justice and Freedom, a documentary. Yeah, my son Marcus Dupree is the director of photography, and Marcus, along with myself and Aaron and Elmer Dixon, partnering, co-producing this and telling their story, and really the story of not only the Dixon brothers, but the several men and women that made up the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party.
From a perspective that we've not heard from yet.
Exactly. We've heard the Black Panther story. We've heard all about, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale and Elaine Brown and what have you. And look, Eastside, that kick is out of
the end zone, the end line. Yeah, my God.
And Eastside Catholic not even having anybody deeper than the 10-yard line. They're just like, let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah. But, Tony B., from that Seattle perspective, and that was the goal of this project. And we're excited we'll release the film. It should be out in 2022 and likely in film festivals or if we get a streaming deal. But it is the Seattle story from the voices and the perspective of the Seattle chapter comrades. So quarterback Brady McAleer, the handoff and some room on the right side and getting a big chunk of yardage, about 10. I believe that is.
Let me make sure. Let me see.
I think that was Mason.
Number 20.
Uribe.
Number
28, I believe was Uribe.
Yeah, Uribe.
Yep. Uribe again.
Oh,
he is met.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Yamani Howe lays a shot.
Yes.
Oh, on Uribe and says, man, y'all going to give you a yard and then you going down, baby.
Yep. This is our first date, but I am going to give you a kiss. Yes, he did. Good form tackle.
And I tell you, no gain on that one. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3. Yeah. And the Bulldogs come up big in the third quarter, score 14 unanswered points to pull to within 2 points.
Yep.
And so going into the fourth quarter, Eastside Catholic leading the Bulldogs 16-14.
Mo has certainly changed camps. Momentum is on the side of Garfield High School.
Well, the Bulldogs defense, I tell you what, has pulled them back into this ball game.
Yep.
And they have made some plays. They gave the offense the ball on the 13-yard line, and the offense capitalized. Offense not able to capitalize on another turnover. And then the pick six just a few moments ago by Denali Dukes. And it is a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. If you aren't here, I hope you're watching. And if you're not watching but listening, go to YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio page, and you can see the video. Lourdes Prim doing the job on the camera. Vanessa giving her some help on this side as well. Oh, yes, indeed. We are all here at Memorial Stadium. So Eastside Catholic now 2nd and 10 with the ball on their own 31-yard line. And we are about ready to start the fourth quarter here at Memorial Stadium. Leon H. Brigham Field. And the Space Needle looking right at us.
No, they had him in the backfield.
And
all right. Good job. Good job.
Across the 35 and pick up a probably 4.
Yeah.
Yep. That is Mason Uribe.
No. Well, it's
out to about 5-yard gain out to the 36. So to be 3rd and 5. Eastside Catholic's got to get to the 41. Bulldogs in a 4-3. Handoff Uribe. He's got some room, but he's not going to get it. The ball far short, maybe a yard.
Yeah. It's obvious
they're going
to play it real close to the vest.
Yeah.
They're not going to give up anything. They're going to try to control
rely on the defense. The defense has stopped the Garfield offense, so good move. And actually, they're going to go for it. It's a 4th and 3 on their own 38-yard line. And Coach Dominic Dostie is going for it.
Okay.
Okay, now the punt unit comes out. I was about to say, come on. Yeah, you don't want to take that chance.
I'd have bet you a Big Mac that wasn't going to happen.
So now Dominic Dostie brings out his punting unit.
Yeah.
And his punter has been quite effective. That's Carson Russell. And
no.
snap, and I think there's some movement.
No, there was a ball on the field, and I think that's
okay,
yep. Yeah.
Oh, they are.
No, penalty is going against the Crusaders.
But that was, there was a football on the field. The referee should have stopped the clock.
Yeah. You got to see that, but they're calling a penalty on the
that was the
Crusaders, and so taking the ball.
Delay again.
So the ball comes back another 5 yards to the 32-yard line, or 33. Check that. The snap is good.
Don't rough.
And the kick. Oh, and it's a good kick. Right, it's going to be fielded at the 31-yard line. Jacoby Cochran Jr. makes a move and just loses his footing, goes down, trying to make the move on a defender there. But Garfield will have the ball on the 40-yard line. So, John, so really, really good field position for the Bulldog offense.
One of the best on the exchange, one of the better field position spots that they've been. Just no penalties, nothing, please. You have to say that. If you're Reg and Eastside Catholic saying, let's play it tight. Let's force them to throw the ball.
Yeah, they've got to put some points on the board. We got the lead.
Right. I know they're going to crowd that line of scrimmage. I just haven't seen.
Yeah, they've got to with 12, 11, 10 on the play clock, and the team lines it up, and EJ Camignon getting his players in position, and they get it off. The handoff, Jimmy Miller nowhere to go on the left side, and among the Crusaders players, there's big number 77, AJ Tenupo. So a 1 yard loss back to the 39. Bulldogs will have it 2nd and 11. And Camignon coming to the huddle now with 18 seconds left. John and I paying close attention to that. Oh, and a young man with the kid and play hairstyle, the high top, about a foot high up on top of his head. All right.
Boy, they're crowding the line of scrimmage.
And EJ under pressure, heaves in and coming back, and just out of bounds.
But that was a good play.
Yeah. That was, he was looking for Reggie Witherspoon III, and Witherspoon came back for it. But Camignon he was under pressure and threw it out of bounds. So good veteran move by the sophomore there.
You got to tighten up the line now because they're crowding the line of scrimmage. They're going to be shooting every gap that they can. They're going to force Garfield. And like I said, tighten the line.
So 3rd and 11. Camignon's got receiver split wide to his right, one to his left. Witherspoon to the left, and I believe that is Jacoby Cochran Jr. to the right. Camignon going deep. He's got him. And the ball's up, and it was a jump ball, and good defensive play there by the defender. I can't make out the number, and the referee goes up to him because the defender went and basically just said incomplete, and wasn't taunting or anything, but the referee goes and talks to him. John, I understand. We've seen that at the pro level. It hurt the Seahawks a couple of weeks ago, but, again, it wasn't – what the defender did that time is he turned back to the receiver and basically said incomplete.
Don't say nothing. Go back to the huddle.
Or, at this point, you have because the referees are going to
call it. Exactly. And
so 3 and out, the Bulldogs. Snap is good. The punt low.
That's a low.
And it's going to bounce a high bounce, and the receiver avoids one, tackle avoids another, and knocked out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. And that was number 7, Drew Sanadad.
Did a pretty good job to get the ball upfield.
Yeah, Drew Sanadad did a good job of fielding at number 1, and then, getting some positive yards out to the 31, 32-yard lines where they're going to spot it. So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And quarterback Brady McAleer clapping his hands, gets the snap, hands it off to Uribe. And Uribe, rather, forgive me. And that is a Mason Uribe gets about 5 yards on that out to the 37-yard line.
They need to shut that down, though. I mean, they're going to keep. If I can get 5 yards on a play like that, I'm going to do it again.
Do it every time. Yeah.
Do it every time.
Mason Uribe, only a junior, 5'11", 195. And this time the pass, quick out. Got a receiver there. I believe that's number 8.
Yep.
Evan Giacob. And Giacob has got a first down out to about the 46-yard line.
You run the ball, I'm going to tighten up. And if I tighten up, you're going to dump the ball out there just like they did.
So McAleer's got one receiver wide to his right, 2 to the short side on the left. And the lone back is Mason Uribe. McAleer hands it off to Uribe. Uribe gets across the midfield and a pickup of about 5, maybe 6 yards. So tell you what, Uribe's doing a good job of finding those holes, picking his spots.
Yeah. Well, their line is pushing the Garfield defensive line off the line of scrimmage. I mean,
they are. And now you got the 2 backs in the backfield, Chase Hamden and Uribe. And the hand off to Hamden. Hamden on the left side. Yeah. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, but gets some positive yards there. I believe that was Yamani Howe making the first hit, but stops Hamden short of the first down. Gets to the 46, so it'll be third. They marked to the 47 now, so third and 3.
Yep.
And now the referees come in, and referees timeout. Oh, okay.
Equipment.
Equipment adjustment. So it looks like that is a Yamani Howe, and his shoulder pads were sticking out from the jersey. So, they had to get that adjusted. And we've got 7:37 left to play. A 2-point ball game. Eastside Catholic leading Garfield 16-14. Crusaders with a 3rd and 3 balls on the Garfield 47-yard line. So, again, a la Kevin Calabro, my man. Eastside Catholic's got the lead and the leather.
Yep.
3rd and 3. Brady McAleer in the gun.
Got to be careful on this.
Hands off to Uribe. And check that. And he's going to be stopped for a big loss. That was Hamden. And he's going to be run out of bounds. Yamani Howe is there. Also, number 8, Denali Dukes. Number 5, I believe, is Tyshawn Rain.
That's a good play.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs, a big stop there, forcing a 4th down. The ball is back at close to midfield. And once again, the punter, who has been quite effective for the Eastside Catholic Crusaders, Carson Russell, back on his 35 to receive the snap and punt it away. And back at his own 15-yard line is Jacoby Cochran Jr. And if you could ever use a big play now, the Bulldogs need it. And it's a big kick, short and high.
Well, hold on. If you would have called fair catch, that would have been fair catch interference and or a 15-yard penalty.
You come up.
Right
there. And that's something.
That was number 6.
Yeah.
Not. It wasn't Jacoby Barnes.
No, it was I believe number 1, which is Poppy Justice. So what Poppy Justice should have done, the shorter kick, high kick, call for a fair catch, get under it instead of letting it hit down. And that, you're taught that as a return man. You want to get under that kick as much as you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because you want to field it clean that way. You don't want to be reaching out.
Right, exactly. So we are here live at Memorial Stadium. I'm Rick Dupree. That's me. That's John Yasutaki over there. Jay Yeezy, as they call him. Tony B is over here. Lourdes Smith on the camera. Vanessa, our new intern from Seattle Academy.
Jeez. Familiar.
Yeah. She got a pretty cool advisor, too.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Ricardo? Ricardo.
Slick
Rick. That's what Tony B.
You have your own name now because you always used to be known as Dave's brother.
Brother
Dave.
and I'm still okay with being called Dave's brother.
Yeah.
I will tell you a story if we have time about Dave and the Black Panthers and something that a year into this project he told me. I'm like, do you think maybe you could have shared that with me before? And mainly that he did interviews with Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, Fred Hampton.
Yeah, right.
His house. His house when he lived in San Francisco was one of the free breakfast sites. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, man, you think maybe you could have told me this? So we're actually headed back east to do an interview with him and a few other comrades in late October to get some of that on film.
Yep.
So really, again, looking forward to bringing that film to bear in 2022. A historical documentation. I will say this, John. Then I'll shut up about it. I'm excited about the project. But
that's great.
there were some comrades that we were looking to interview, and unfortunately, they passed away before we get to them. They're getting older, and this is so important. And documenting the story of the Seattle chapter and the true story, and who and what they were all about, and not the portrait that the FBI and others painted them to be.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so the Bulldogs taking over 1st and 10, balls on the 19-yard line. E.J. Carmignon in the gun and hands it off to Reggie Witherspoon the third. Witherspoon looking for some room, trying to get outside. He eludes one tackle and then takes a shot, and he
lost yard.
Yeah,
did all that running or two, but that's a lot of running.
He did a lot of north and south running, but on this field, east and west is
exactly.
the way you want to go.
That's the way you want to go. Yeah, but the Panthers, when people think about what they do, breakfast program, breakfast now in schools, medical clinics, free.
Well, and the Carolyn Downs Medical Center on Yesler is the only clinic that the Panthers started that is still in existence
exactly.
today,
And
right here in Seattle.
Sickle cell testing. I did sickle cell testing at the old. And I said, why are all these sandbags here?
Yeah. Well, that was
right.
The funny story is that Dr. I believe it was either Rayburn. We interviewed Dr. Rayburn Lewis and Dr. Meredith Matthews, and I think it was Meredith Matthews talking about. He told the Panthers, man, you can't be here with all these guns. It's scaring people. But that was part of the early days. E.J. Carmignon on the run, and he is under pressure. He's going to be sacked for a loss back at about the 15-yard line. He just had nowhere to go with it, Johnny. He had time. He was avoiding the rush.
He was trying to wind up.
Yeah, but could not find an open receiver. So big loss back to the 15-yard line. So that's going to make it 3rd and about 15 to go.
Yep, 3rd and 15. Got to be safe with this one, though.
Actually, they mark it at the 14, so it'll be 3rd and 15 because they got to get out to the 29-yard line. 5:11 left to go in the ball game, so the Bulldogs are running out of time, trailing by 2. They've got to mount something offensively, or they're going to have to get a big play from the defensive special teams.
Triple left.
And 2 wides to the right. And the quick out. And Jacoby Cochran Jr. coming back for a screen and just started running with it before he had it. Drops it.
That's almost what we would call a bubble screen because he was coming back.
The
line was coming.
And again, that's one of the guys you want to get the ball in his hands because he can make some things happen. But that one falls incomplete. So with 4:53 left to go, the Bulldogs will punt it away, and they trail 16-14 here to the Eastside Catholic Crusaders.
You gotta do a 3 and out against them.
And
then when you get the ball, you got to get downfield.
The defense and a big rush coming. Marcus Merkelbach gets it off a short kick.
Good bounce. Good bounce.
And the Bulldogs are there, and it kind of dies out at about the 47-yard line. So Eastside Catholic will have it on the Garfield side of the field at the Bulldogs' 47-yard line. 4:46 left to play. They've got the ball and a 16-14 lead.
Yeah, it's like I said, we talk about it all the time. What the Panthers have done for the community, for this nation, and they don't get the credit back. They really don't. Because they were considered a terror hate group, by FBI standards or whatever.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Meantime, the sack coming in, and it's going to be able to blow the whistle, and a great play by Mike Montgomery. He came in untouched on the left side, and he had quarterback Brady McLear in his grasp, and they blew the whistle. That'll be a loss from the 47-yard line back to the 48 about a 5-6-yard loss. So Eastside Catholic now will take it over second, and I should say will now take it over. They'll have a second and about 16 to go. The ball on their side of midfield.
That seems so odd. That happened so fast. It didn't even seem like it was a play,
So the clock is still moving, though. 4 minutes left to go. The snap, the handoff. No, the quick pass. And wide open, cutting across and almost breaking loose. And that is number 3, Andrew Martirano. And Maturano's got the first down inside, back into Garfield territory, and inside the 40-yard line to 38 is where the referee spots it. It's been interesting watching these spots, John, because it seems like looks like it may be a yard or two ahead of where they spot it. Then they kind of have the ball, then they spot it back. But again, they're there. They have a better viewpoint than we do, or better view on it. So I will trust the.
We hope.
Yeah, I will trust the officials' judgment. Handoff inside, that's Uribe, and Uribe breaks a tackle, spins inside the 20, right at the 20, knocked down, and he is going to have another first down. Boy, I tell you what, the Eastside Catholic line, they have done a great job, offensive line.
Power football.
They have controlled the offensive line a majority of the time here. Or I should say they've controlled the line of scrimmage.
Garfield, you may have to start doing some dogging. You got to do something, change it up.
They've got some big gaps there in that three-man. You got to get some guys
front.
In that, and bring those linebackers, and they look like they may be. And the quick out there, and a great play, tackle there by Poppy Justice. He read it all the way. So it was a quick screen out to the receiver.
If that ball was thrown a little bit higher and slower, it would have been an interception.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah. And I believe that was out to Jaden Rays.
And he read that good.
Poppy Justice did a good job and stopped Rays for about a 2-yard loss back to the 23.
Second down.
So again, quarterback Brady McAleer calling the signals, looking to his left, claps his hands twice, looking to the and that's going to be a delay of game. So they did not get the play off, and that's going to go back another 5 yards against the Crusaders. But I tell you what, John, the clock, a factor, only 3 minutes left to play in the ball game. And the Bulldogs, if they don't want to get a blemish on their undefeated record, they're going to have to come up with a big play.
And Eastside Catholic has nothing to lose to get a 5-yard penalty. It's still once they put the ball in play, the clock's going to start running.
Right now, the clock that's on there.
It's on their side.
Yeah, it's on their side. So the ball now on the 28-yard line, second and about 20 to go.
Bad snap.
And a quick pass, and there's a flag down. I don't know if it's going to be so a couple flags down, one at about the 28-yard line, one down at about the 12-yard line. So let's see what the calls are. So that stops the clock with 2:35 left to play. Eastside Catholic.
There was
16
a lot of contact here with the receiver. I don't know if the receiver was making contact with the defender or vice versa, but they were wrestling.
They got tangled up there. So I don't know if that's going to be a call. And then back here, closer to the line of scrimmage, maybe a hole. That's typically where you see the flag going. Although it's way out near the sideline and not in the middle of the field where you normally see the call hold.
Exactly.
So referees, all of them now at about the 15-yard line conferring. Now they come out of their huddle. Let's see what they say.
Pushing.
Okay,
I thought it was interference because he was trying to throw a block downfield.
So 2 penalties, both on Eastside Catholic. Garfield will take obviously the one that will give them the most positive yardage.
That's line of scrimmage, back 15 yards.
So they decline the one and they take the pass interference.
There it is, right? I thought, said, why is that guy trying to throw a block? And the pass is going that way.
Right. So with 2:35 left to go in the ball game, Eastside Catholic Crusaders leading the Garfield Bulldogs 16-14. And there you see the sideline.
They got a long way to go. Look at that.
That's coming back, baby.
15-yard line. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Words of Spike Lee. Fitting. Fitting.
LOS, line of scrimmage. Or LOL.
So Eastside Catholic with the ball at the Garfield 43-yard line. She said they got to get down to the 12 for the first down.
I'd be surprised if we go deep with the pass. I didn't think they would.
And the run, Uribe bounces it outside, but he is tackled
I didn't think they'd go deep with the pass. No, they can. No,
Kobe Cochran Jr. coming out making the stop.
don't make the first down. Kick the ball. Let Garfield have a whole lot of field to cover.
Yeah, and we're less than 2 minutes left because the clock is ticking. 2:15. There's 25 on the play clock. So
I doubt very seriously if they're going to throw this ball.
yeah, if I'm Brady McAleer, I'm letting the clock run down. Looks like he is doing that. It's down 15.
Yep.
And if I'm, Coach Dominic Dosti, I was telling him you don't snap until you're at least at 5 second marker, which is what he's doing.
Yep.
And there it is, the handoff. And that is Uribe again on the left side.
And you knew it wasn't going to be a pass.
Yeah. Uribe picks up about 4 or 5 yards inside the 35-yard line. But the more important factor is that there is only 1:42 left on the clock.
Yep.
Garfield calls timeout. So, John, I've been having some lively shows on Here and Now. What do you have coming up this next coming week?
Well, I did a recording because our illustrious Daniel.
You'll have a show coming up this week, and then we also will have on Monday Night Sports a special show that we will be playing an interview with Val Whiting, and so looking forward to having her on the air and talking about some of the things she's doing with kind of mindset coaching and performance enhancement for girls. And so stay tuned and check that out.
I'm doing an homage to Hispanic, Latino, Latinx Heritage Month.
Ah, okay. So that Here
my
Now, and our listener, you can hear that live on Rainier Avenue Radio Thursday nights at 6 to 7. 6 to 7.
And I get to announce a promo for Masvita and Pat, or Pat and Masvita.
Yeah,
and then
Metro Sports Weekly following, unless I'm filling in.
Unless you're filling in.
Yeah, do the 1 week from Maz. Okay, 4th down. Punter is at the 50-yard line. And if you are smart, you're not going to kick it to Jacoby Cochran Jr. And it's a high kick away from Cochran Jr. and out of bounds. Yeah.
That's a smart,
very smart play. You don't want the ball in the hands of number 6.
Yep.
So with 1:36 left to play, it looks like the Bulldogs, let's see where they spot it. It's inside the 20. Inside the 15, actually, as well.
85 plus yards to go. Actually, no. With the kick that they got, they just got to get within field goal range.
Yeah.
Back.
So the ball is on the 11-yard line. Garfield trailing 16 to 14 with 1:36 left to play, and they've got a long way to go. This offense has been non-existent here in the second half. Now they have not been able to move the ball.
Well, they haven't been able to protect the quarterback, and then the comedy of errors, bad snaps, fumbling the ball, etc. So
Camignon gets it, looking, steps up. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down.
They called him down?
Yeah, he was in the grass. Yeah, he was down, and I want to say that was number 11. If I'm not, let's see. No, I can't make out the number of the player. I apologize for those of you listening and watching. Maybe number 16, which would be David Monet.
They haven't run the clock, so now they just started the game clock. So they saved a few seconds, but they got to protect this guy.
Pass, and that's it. Jacoby Cochran Jr. on the sideline, and he's brought down.
No, he's not out, though.
Yep. He's brought down inbounds at about the 15-yard line.
Come on, get him up.
So 108, 107, 106. And now EJ looking at it. So he's got some plays in his wristband, John. He's looking at the wristband. Why don't they should be going with that from the jump?
I don't.
Camignon looking. He's got some room over the middle. He's got Jacoby Cochran Jr. Takes a big hit, but bounces off. And he's out to the 37-yard line. Just under a minute left to play, 49 seconds.
Oh,
and Jacoby Cochran Jr. limping, so he ran a post pattern.
Yeah.
And he took a shot, but he's not coming out.
But he almost broke.
He almost broke him. And again, John, we see this so often. Defensive backs, defenders come up making a big hit, not wrapping.
Yep, without wrapping.
Yeah, and I love that because I would bounce off of that and I keep going.
Oh, yeah. Keep your feet moving.
So 30 seconds left to play. Camignon looking, he's got pressure, scrambling, and he's going to get past and he's going to get out of bounds close to midfield. So EJ Camignon, good play there, John.
Yeah.
and use his speed to get outside of containment. And they're going to actually mark him out now at the 45-yard line. I thought he was close to the midfield. But, John, they've got to get maybe to the they've got to get about 25 yards to the 30. Then you're looking at about a 47-yard field goal. I don't know if that's around Marcus Merkelbach, around the distance he can hit. So, I mean, it's within reason here. 23 seconds left to go. And now one of the referees runs out, and Eastside Catholic coach Dominic Dostey wants to talk it over.
Yeah, they scared.
I'll compromise. If Garfield can get to the 25, that's doable. 30, a little bit. That's 5, 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I was saying if they get to the 30, you figure that you're going to spot the ball, 8, 12, about 7, 8 yards. So it'll be about a 47, 48-yard field goal if the Bulldogs can get it down to the 30-yard line. So that's a 25-yard gain. They've got to move it. Right. They got 23 seconds, and I think the Bulldogs have one more timeout. It's not marked on the scoreboard there, so I'm not sure.
But if they can get down to the 20, that's a doable field goal there.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It just takes one big play, and they've got the playmakers to do it. So E.J. Camignon in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Lone back, I believe, is Rayon Hampton. And not a big rush. Actually, there is a rush, and Camignon gets rid of it and goes out of bounds. That's Armani.
They're playing soft.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if I mean, again, I know you want to keep them in front of you. You don't want to give up the big play, but Garfield has not gotten the big play, and you have put a lot of pressure on the quarterback to make sure they haven't gotten the ball. I don't know if I would have changed up that strategy.
Why change?
Yeah.
You had pressure on them all day.
Right. Now you're giving him time to throw it.
Exactly. And anything can happen.
Yeah. So first down at the 48-yard line, 17 seconds left to play. And the Bulldogs have a 1st and 10. They've just got to get it about another 20, 25 yards, and they'll be within field goal range. E.J. Camignon's got plenty of time. The clock is winding down. Now he's going to scramble. He's across midfield, across the 40 to the 35. He's out of bounds, John. They've got a chance. 7 seconds left to play. And Eastside Catholic not able to contain pressure. And oh my goodness, you've got 7 seconds, one more play. You've got to do a quick out pattern, get it out.
I'll go for the kick now.
And actually, they marked him out at the 33-yard line, John.
Well,
I was saying 30. They're close. It's within the range. Marcus Merkelbach may be the man. We shall see. So 7 seconds left to play. The Bulldogs are going to run one more offensive play, try to get some positive yards for kicker Marcus Merkelbach. The snap, and the referee comes out, and Eastside called a timeout right before the snap.
I changed that formation because they called timeout. They looked at your formation. Change the formation.
Yep, you got to do that.
Ooh, we shall see.
So, man, what a game we have here. Eastside Catholic started out the scoring with a short touchdown run, and then came back with a big defensive play, forced a fumble.
Yep.
E.J. Camignon was hit from the blind side, bobbled the ball, and Samuel Burrows picked it up, and that was early in the second quarter, and rambled about 50 yards for the touchdown to give the Crusaders a 13-0 lead. They added a field goal, went into the locker room with a 16-0 lead.
You take that touchdown off the board, Garfield's ahead.
Right. And it's been all Garfield in the second half, and the defense really. They set up a Jimmy Miller touchdown run, causing a fumble, and then a pick six by Denali Dukes. So here we are, 7 seconds left. E.J. Camignon in the gun has the ball, looking to his left. The pass on the sidelines. Got Jacoby Cochran Jr., and they say he got it. He's inside the 30-yard line to about the 26-yard line with 3 seconds left. Oh, John, they got it within Marcus Merkelbach's range.
They're called
holding. Oh, they got a hold. Let's see. Yep, I didn't see the flag back at the 35. Yep, and the referee is indicating hold. Oh, what a heartbreaker. So that's going to take them likely out of field goal range now, depending on where the penalty occurred. Because remember, on a hold, it is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And John, I don't know, they don't add any time back on the clock.
No.
So yeah, it's going back from the 35 back to the 45-yard line. So Garfield has no chance here. Merkelbach is on the field. And it would be, you had an NFL record this past weekend, a 66-yarder. They're going to give it a try. It's going to be a 61-yarder. Oh, John. Let's see. Marcus Merkelbach, 3 seconds left. And now a timeout on the field. And I'm sure Merkelbach said, Coach, I can do it. I get it, baby.
Well, the other thing is, you throw the ball deep. What they get interference, that's the game doesn't end on the defensive penalty.
Right. So
offense gets one play.
Yeah.
Kick the ball then if it's down there to get anywhere 15 yards downfield.
So let's see what they do. So Garfield calls timeout, and now Coach Witherspoon and his entire coaching staff conferring with the offense there in between the 45 and 50-yard line, close to their sideline. So we shall see. The ball's on the 44-yard line. 3 seconds left to play. Eastside Catholic leading the Bulldogs by a score of 16-14. And now Marcus Merkelbach on the sideline.
Yep.
So John, I think they're going to go with your strategy. Is you throw it up,
go down,
and
get it down there.
Hope you either get.
Yep. Take a chance.
Okay, this is it. Fans on their feet, cheering on both sides. You can hear it. I've pretty much lost my voice. We are here. Exciting Friday night football under the lights at Memorial Stadium right here. Nowhere else except Rainier Avenue Radio. All right, the Bulldogs going to go for a 3-receiver split wide to the wide side of the field, wide to the left. And Eastside Catholic in a true preventive. Oh, a bad snap. It's on the ground. And it's going to be EJ Fleming tackle. And that will do it. That is the ball game. The snap was on the turf. He could fielded. And John. So the final is what a game here, game number 2. Eastside Catholic finished with Garfield 16-14 the Bulldogs, their first loss of the season. Yeah, but really too. So Eastside Catholic won the first half 16-0. Garfield won the second half 14-0, but obviously 16 more than 14. Man, what a game here at Memorial Stadium. And if you can't make it out, you need to tune in right here to Rainier Avenue Radio every Friday or Saturday. Next week, we'll bring you a game on Saturday evening. And you can hear it right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. But oh, what a finish. So game number 1, Rainier beat your win over Ballard 20-7. And here in game number 2, and all the lights go off on the scoreboard, they're saying it's time to go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. That's what they're telling us. And the Eastside Catholic a winner over the Garfield Bulldogs 16-14. For John Yasutake, Jay Yeezy as they call him, for Lourdes Prim, for Vanessa, Ewart Northrop. And I am Rick Dupree, and I will throw it to Tony B, and we will wrap things up here at Memorial Stadium.
You know, this is an exciting game. This game is going to be talked about for the calls that either didn't happen or did happen. And then you got a little mix with the referees in there on the holding call as well. So if you want to go back and watch this game, you can go back and watch this game. Thank you for watching. You know what? If you enjoyed the broadcast, give us a donation. Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. We're your community radio station. Donations is how we survive. We enjoy bringing these games to you. And so, again, I'll say it like this, Rick. Shameless self-promotion for what we do. Great broadcast, gentlemen. And, if you're so inclined and you enjoyed the broadcast, Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. $5, $10, $50, $100, $500, $10,000.
It all helps. And on Venmo, should they make a note there? Should put the name Dupree on there, right? So.
Again, another been great games all season long as we sit here in the shadow of the Space Needle with the Seattle skyline. Lourdes, can we get a picture of that skyline while we're? Can we get a picture of that skyline while we're? So yeah, Rick. Again, the things that we do at Rainier Avenue Radio. Of course, football is one of our staples, along with basketball and the other sports. And just pleased to be able to offer this to our communities and have our interns here. All week long, you do a sports show. We alluded to that a little bit later. You'll be on Monday. John Yasataki does Seattle Here and Now. And what's going on Monday? Do we know?
Monday, we're going to talk to Val Whiting. And so it should be a real fun conversation. And, at some point, maybe we can talk Val into joining us on the broadcast every once in a while. We shall see. There's my cousin, Tony. What's up? How you doing? And so good to see that the daughter of Fred Beck with the longtime track coach from Garfield.
Yep.
But
he's part of that Hunter family too.
Jay, what do you have coming up Seattle Here?
Oh, like I said, we will be doing an homage and dedication and honoring Latina, Latinx, Hispanic Heritage Month.
Got them all in there.
Yes,
right. Here and now, Thursday nights 6 to 7. Monday night sports with Duke and Edwin Bailey on Monday nights at 6:30.
I am the only politically correct dude you guys know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So that being said,
I'll just say this as my Bishop Witherspoon says, it's your dream. Make it as big as you want it. So your dream, buddy. No.
Tomorrow morning, tune in at 10 o'clock. I'll be at Northgate for the unveiling, if you will, of the John Lewis Memorial Bridge out in Northgate. And one of the things that I personally think is cool is usually they try to jam all these things into communities of color. I'm happy to see this out in the Northgate area. This is, again, an American legend, not just
absolutely.
And so join us at 10 o'clock. You'll get a breaking news memo tomorrow. That's going to happen. And we'll be, let's see, I think Pramaya Jayapal is going to be there, U.S. representative, and Jenny Durkin, and some other folks. And we'll tell you a little bit more about John Lewis. If you don't know about John Lewis,
you better do some research. If you don't know,
and
you need to know.
Yeah, I said it was symbolic that it's the bridge because that's where he was assaulted. When they were marching Montgomery to Birmingham and Montgomery. And like I said, there was a time when you could not go to Northgate if you were not white. You were not welcome there. That is a fact.
So, and people have to realize, again, I graduated from high school in 1980, and my first year out at Ingram was 77, I guess, in sophomore year, and for Halloween, we had students that dressed up like the KKK.
Yeah.
So, again, this is in our lifetime. Things have happened, and, so important to shed the light on it, what John Lewis, what he, devoted his life to, and they've got to get the John Lewis, Freedom Act passed and protect voting rights.
And then I want to remind everyone, as we do every week on Saturdays from 11 to 2 a.m. or to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we give away free food. And this isn't just, we're talking steaks and salmon and fresh produce that was harvested on Thursday that we get on Saturday. So it's fresh produce, and we give it away absolutely free. And we don't ask you about your circumstances. We don't ask you to show us any ID. So it doesn't matter if you're making six figures or if you're trying to get through like the two families do. They depend on this service to help ends meet. Come down and come get you some food. So with that, you know what? I'm going to give our interns the final word here. Lourdes, if you want to say anything, again, great job on the camera work. A junior in high school, part of our internship program.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
And a senior in high school, first day on the job. Vanessa, how was it today?
Oh, it was super good. Next time I do this, I'm going to bring a blanket. It got a lot colder than I thought it was going to, but our spirits kept us warm, and we had a good time, and it was a fun game to watch.
You know, Rick, I just have to add at this point, you know nothing about cold yet.
No, Vanessa, it's going to get cold out here, let me tell you. And Vanessa, in the true fashion of culture performance in Seattle Academy, just sharing a little bit with us. So good.
Ask Tony about spirits. He's got 92.
So if you'd like to learn more about broadcast, you can be sign up for our internship as well. You can reach us at the Rainier Avenue Radio.world or Taylor Queen Benton at gmail.com, and you can be part of the intern crew. We'll figure it out for you too. That's it.
Oh, I was going to ask you, is there an age limit on being an apprentice? Because I can.
No, it's wide open. We do have a special program for high school students.
Oh, what about seniors?
We have special programs for seniors as well.
Like seniors.
But yes, like seniors.
Like me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's it. That's all the time we have here. That's going to do it for the crew tonight. Again, remind you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the John Lewis Memorial opening of the bridge. There's a special word for that I can't remember. Dedication. Tune in at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are signing off now, returning you to regular programming. Thanks, everyone, for listening. I guess the last thing I'll say one more again is give us a donation. Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. All right, that's it. We're out.
Adios.
If there's a team I don't like more than Eastside Catholic, it's Rainier fucking beat.